devotees. You all are the appointed devotees chosen by Baba to come here and to listen. Okay? And Baba's, we do Parayan. We read Satcharitra, we read. Baba said, wherever my Leelas are read, that's where Dwarkamai is and that's where I am. So today, we are not going to read, but you're going to listen because Adhyan is same as Shravan. So there is going to be a Parayan today, okay, and then you're going to listen lot of Leelas, but outside of Pothi, and I'll give you the context, all that stuff. I'll take 5 minutes. So you're going to get lot of information that you wouldn't have heard before, and that's what we are going to do Parayan for next 2 to 3 hours, okay? Now, another thing, like I said, whoever comes to Baba in Shirdi or attends this Sammelan or hear his Leelas, it's appointed by Baba. At the same time, it was a tradition in Shirdi that if you have to go out of Shirdi, you have to take permission of Baba. Baba nahi to nahi jane denge. Nana Sahib Nimonkar, a great devotee of Baba, his son Somya, he was in Pune, his wife, they were expecting, baby. So Nana Sahib Nimonkar said, okay, we have to, they didn't have any help. So they said, we go there and help, our son and daughter during pregnancy time. They said, but on our way, we take blessings of Baba. They went to Shirdi. Baba said, Baba, we have to go there. Baba said, Nakko. Baba never allowed them to go there. Shama said, Baba, what are you doing? They need their help. Nobody is there. Baba said, Shama, tere baap ka kya jata hai? Baba said, they are not going. And after 2 days, Baba himself told Nimonkar ji, Baba used to talk in cryptics. Baba said to Nimonkar ji, there was a lady in the public hospital, government hospital, nurse came, took the boy. They didn't understand, but next day they got the letter, tar, that we delivered a baby. You see? So there was many examples. Satheji was a deputy collector. He had one time he has a big meeting with the Curtis commissioner in Manmad, and Satheji was going. Baba told Kelkarji was Satheji's father-in-law. Baba said, lock him up. He is not going. Usko lock kar diya, and he was inside the room for 2 days. But nothing happened. It was a big job. He was really concerned inside the room. Am I going to have my job or not? But nothing happened because that meeting got postponed. But why I'm telling you all this thing is, there is a reason behind all this stuff. You have been chosen. Now you have to leave everything to Baba. Don't think what's happening in your house or, I have to go, cell phones, all that. Leave everything. Baba will decide when you have to go. Okay? That's the context I'm telling you. Now, what we are going to hear today is, you read Pothi, there are a lot of, Hemant Panji wrote a lot of Leelas, Baba's Leelas. Baba is a very simple Guru. He doesn't give any Guru mantra. Baba never gave any Guru mantra. You have read in the Pothi that Mausi came and he said, I'm going to fast until you gave me the Guru mantra. Baba said, hamara gharana alag hai. Right? So today, we are going to hear the Leelas from some of the devotees, descendant families, and I will give you the context how this started actually. So, Shama once asked Baba, are these Purans correct? Shri Ram, Shri Krishna, ye exist karte the? Baba said yes. So Baba said, okay, when Shri Ram ji ne, when he made the bridge, where were all the Vanar Sena sitting? He said they were sitting on the trees like insects. Shama started laughing. Shama said, how do you know, Baba? Baba said, I was there. And you were also there. It's just that I remember, you do not remember, right? So I want you to think, my fellow devotees, that 200 years down the road, 3 years down the road, I am sure there is somebody going to ask this question, did Sai Baba exist? Right? It's a very logical because we are human beings. So what we did is, during COVID times, we got all the descendant families of Baba. What that means is the, Nulkarji, Gavankarji, Tarkhanji, Adkarji, Chandrokarji, Nimonkarji, who actually used to hear directly from their, forefathers. जैसे हम गर्मियों की छुट्टियों में जाते हैं ना अपने नाना नानी के घर, and we hear stories. They actually used to hear Baba's stories. When I went to Shirdi, Baba used to do this. So we wanted to capture that for the future generations, so that nobody can ask that question that did Baba exist? And these books will definitely exist, but I tell you what, in today's world, the digital content will outlive all of us, right? So we captured that on the YouTube. There is a channel there. We ran it for 1 year with Baba's grace, and it was a miracle, or you say it was a Baba's wish. We can go to lot of remote areas which you cannot go when you visit India to meet these descendant families. In Badlapur, where Bala Sahib Dev's grandson is there, many places, and everything worked out very well. So at this, and if you need any of this information, anything related to this Sammelan, right, Akshay ji is the manager of this trip. He will be your point contact for everything. So big Sai Ram to Akshay ji. Okay, so then what we did was, after 1 year, on Jan 6, 2002, we said, okay, let's invite all these families onto a platform where we can physically see them. So we had our first Sai Sammelan in Shirdi, Jan 6, 2002, and that was a tail end of COVID, and we didn't know how many devotees will come. But it was a really good, big event. Throughout India, everyone came, and it was broadcasted on Saileela like it's happening today, right? And after that, there was a wish from the devotees from US and Canada that we should have the similar thing in Canada, and that's what we are here to do that. So today, I'll tell you, this is an extended, I say this is an extended week of Guru Purnima only. And who doesn't know Tatya Sahib Nulkar? And you're going to hear, this is very momentous, that during Baba's time, who started the Guru Purnima? It was nobody but Tatya Sahib Nulkar and Dada Kelkar. Dada Kelkar, the father-in-law of Sateji, right? And today, we have with us great-grandson of Tatya Sahib Nulkar, Captain Vivekanand Nulkar ji. A big Sai Ram to him. So we are going to hear from Nulkar ji, and after that we are going to have a short video of the first temple that was built during Baba's time. The objective of this Sammelan is, once you go out, when you visit next time in India, Shirdi, you are going to visit with a different perspective, because you will have lots of information. Most of the devotees who go Samadhi Mandir, touch kiya, vapas Chavadi, it's like a tour, right? But when you go there now, you will have these stories, leelas in the mind, and you will have a different bhav or perspective. So we are going to show you a short snippet of the first Baba's temple that was built during Baba's time in 1916 in Bhevpuri. Keshav Rao Pradhan. We will have a story behind that. After that, Dr. Anna Sahib Gavankar. He went to Baba in 1918. There is a story behind that. He was the Sansthan president. जो अभी बाबा की जो idol है, that was under his when he was a member of the Sansthan, that's what happened. So we have his son, Dr. Sainath Gavankar ji, with us. So big Sai Ram to him. We will hear from him, and we have the best stuff. This is also best, but we have the really great stuff after that. We will hear from one of the devotees, Bala Sahib Pillav Gurav. And I did not say this incorrectly. We will hear from him. He came to Shirdi in 1912 with his mother and father. Dwarka Mai mein he used to play Shanai in front of Baba. His father used to play tabla in front of Baba in Dwarka Mai. Okay? He was Sansthan's first cashier. He was 20 years old, a very young, matured person, right? When Baba took Mahasamadhi in 1918. We will hear from him. Now you will say how we will hear. Because, I always wondered, I wish somebody would have taken the audio interviews of these real devotees who spend time with Baba. I want to hear from them firsthand. We hear from descendants, we read the Hemant Pant books, such as everything. But fortunately, professor in Italy, Dr. Antonio, I couldn't connect with him. He actually, as part of his thesis in 1985, he visited Shirdi, and many of these devotees, they were there, and he actually took audio interviews of them. And in 1985, and after that, these were not public. He never made it public. Baba knows why. Fortunately, 2 years back, he made this public, and now this is a real treasure. We have audio interviews of many of these devotees who actually lived with Baba, and you're going to hear today Bala Sai Pillav Guru in his own language, how Baba used to be, what he used to do, kitni usko maar khilai hai Baba ne, all that stuff, right? It's a long audio interview, but we will play maybe 5-10 minutes so that you get the thing. Again, you will have all the content. Akshay ji can get you. And another thing is, we always wonder, Baba kaise dikhte the? Baba lambe the, chote the, mote the, daadi kaisi thi, was he bald, all that stuff. So put your imagination to rest, because you're going to see today the real negative of Baba. So Dr. Vaman Rao Nulkar ji, like many of the devotees, jaise Nana Sahib Chandrokar ke, dono ladke, Babu and Bapu, wo unke saath jate the. Similarly, Nulkar ji ke do ladke the, Dr. Vaman Rao or Vishu ji, inke grandfather, they used to go. So Dr. Vaman Rao actually took the picture of Baba sitting on stone, jo wo hai, right? So that negative, actually, it is with the Nulkar family, and you guys will actually see the real negative, and we have the pictures for you at the end for, as prasad for all of you. So a lot of stuff and many other artifacts that, descendant from Nulkar ji and other have that was blessed by Baba, you will get to have the darshan for that. So with that, we are let's get started, and may I request Nulkar ji, please come to the stage. And just as a reminder, right, we are having this Sammelan over next few weeks, multiple venues, right? And every venue you will get to hear from different devotees at the end. Like I said, Dr. Antonio is a professor in Italy who recorded, so we have multiple audio interviews.
Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha.
Sai Ram Nulkar ji. So,
Jai Shri Sai Ram.
So what we are going to do is, So, Nulkar ji, Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
And what we will start is, why don't we start with introducing yourself and the family tree. Can you, Kakshay, can you put the family tree?
Yes, just a second.
Yeah.
I take his line before you. I want to say something before he asks me anything or I have to answer him. You all must have heard about Radha Krishna. Am I correct? This will do. Can you hear me? Okay. All of you must have heard about Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna in Shirdi, she never appeared before Sai Baba. She used to stay away. But she knew what was happening inside. Every morning, before Baba went out from the Dwarka Mai, she would clean up all the roads wherever Baba moved. And that Radha Krishna was the key person who used to call Baba, as we say at the right at the end of the all Aarti and everything. Ananta Koti Brahmanda Nayaka Rajadiraj. Remember, she used to call, and this has come from her. Rajadiraj. He is the Rajadiraj of the world. And whenever you all come over here, you are coming to his darbar. Sorry, please do not take it personal. But whenever you are coming to the darbar, darbar is always well decorated. And the darbaris, whosoever attends the darbar, they also come in well dressed. Because the Maharaja, Rajadiraj would not like his people to be dressed improperly. Leave aside my background, because whenever we had some dignitary coming, we always dress in ceremonial dress. You also should do. And please, don't take it personal. You yourself, all your people who come over here, please make it certain and make it sure that they are dressed properly. No individual remark. But please do. You are staying away from your motherland. Don't take it very lightly. You are coming to the darbar of Rajadiraj. Ananta Koti. Ananta Koti means so many species, so many millions. He is the Rajadiraj of Ananta Koti. So please keep this in mind whenever you are coming next time. Okay? Next thing.
So let's.
Just a minute, one more. I will not take more.
Yeah.
Just one more thing. He said about Shama. You had said that about Shama saying.
That Quran correct hai.
There was a dispute between Dr. Narke and Shama and some others. And then Shama put it across to Baba. Ki Baba, this Dr. Narke doesn't believe. He says that these were true. Is it true? What he said earlier. Yes, Ram Sena, Vanar Sena, Ram, Krishna and all that. He said yes. The answer you had heard from him, did yes. And later on, in one of the chapters, Baba has told Shama, Shama, I have seen your 74 generations. You don't know, I know it. So think about it. What did Baba mean by that? And he is always there with us, with you, everyone, all the time. Okay, now.
So Narke ji, by the way, Bhuti ji was his father-in-law. Okay, so that's how he goes. So Nulkar ji, let's start with, you can see the family tree, we had it so that it makes clear. And I will let Nulkar ji explain. Nulkar ji, let's start with the family tree.
Yes.
And then you go ahead, how did Tatya Sahib visit Shirdi for the first time and all this?
I will do that. But one thing I would like to tell you. There is a saying in English, I believe, small acorns make big oaks. Am I correct? Well. Tatya Sahib's father was a single person. Why? I'm not saying single person in the sense he was a self-made man. Why? Because his mother was Sati. His father died at a very early age, at the age of 8. The Vratabandha, you must be knowing, the third ceremony, that's what is normally known. That was over. That was at the age of 8. And suddenly his father died. The mother was widowed. And she decided on her own. Nobody forced her. And slight bit I'll tell you, not long. In those days, it was not necessary that everybody had to go sati. But why? If the wife loved her husband, the nearest one, she would prefer that. And that's what Tata Saheb's grandmother accepted. She went sati with her husband. Tata Saheb's father was a self-made man from the age of 8. He was lucky, he was slightly, he wanted to learn English like a Britisher. That was the British time, British era. And somehow or the other, he got someone who could help him. He was helped by some people, Britishers also. He was posted at various places, gave big postings, government places and appointments. One of the best things which Tata Saheb's father did was, although he didn't have a proper education, but he was acknowledged and accepted by the Britishers. He was a Diwan of Kutch. Kutch Rana, the Raja used to call him as Maharao. And he was Diwan of Maharao of Kutch. And later on he was posted as Superintendent of Bombay. And finally, one of the best things which he did was, in those days, the girls used to be married at the age of 12, even lesser than that, which was incorrect by all majors. And this and as it is happening right now also with the present government in India, our own people are opposing our own government. Same thing had happened in those days. People, our own, including Lokmanya Tilak, he opposed Dada Saheb Nulkar, Tata Saheb's father. And one Indian advocate, he also opposed. Dada Saheb wanted to raise the marriageable age to 13, minimum. Finally, Dada Saheb Nulkar fought in the Privy Council in Calcutta and won the case, and the marriageable age in those days in 1893, 91, it was raised to 13. That was the greatest thing that Tata Saheb's father did in those days. Now Tata Saheb I will come to. I will not go into details of Tata Saheb. He was born in Karachi because his father was posted there, and he was the first child of 9 brothers and sisters. He did his BA, he did his school education in Gujarat. In those days, Gujarat, Maharashtra, everything was one. It was Bombay Ilaka, Rajkot, Dholka, and then in Pune. Thereafter, he did his BA in Mumbai. What happened? उलट करणं त्या बाजूला वजन आहे हां तर ते राहील. Can you hear me? Is it okay?
Okay, let's not move.
He did his BA in Mumbai, in those days Bombay, and then his LLB. He was posted in Pandharpur. He had other postings, and then before coming to Baba, he was posted in Pandharpur. During his, before coming to Baba, he had an inculcation and his studies, etc. During that, he had studied Upanishads, not Vedas, but number of other scriptures. So in those days, whatever people had the impression that Tata Sahib did not believe in God or in saints, that is wrong. He had a lot of interaction with the saints in those days. Gajanan Maharaj, if you have heard, Swami Samartha, of course, was not there, but Gadge Baba, Kaka Puranik, which you will be seeing here. Then there was another sant from Satara. So these people used to come to his place. It's not only he used to visit them, they used to come to his place. With the result, before going to Baba, he was posted in Pandharpur, and at the same time, Nana Sahib Chandorkar, he was posted there in Pandharpur. Nana Sahib Chandorkar was a Mamledar and as a revenue officer over there, and Tata Sahib was a judge, sub-judge. And he had a case of the pujaris, the priests of Vithoba. Pandharpur is a very, place known for Vithoba, and people coming over there every year for pilgrimage. The dispute was about the puja ceremonies, and that was not done according to the pujaris, but whatever he felt, he gave the verdict. And he himself was not very happy about his own verdict. At the same time, Nana Sahib Chandorkar was visiting him, both being government officials. They had exchange of thoughts, etc. And Nana Sahib, being a devotee of Baba, Nana Sahib was going to visiting Baba right from 1901. And I'm talking about this in 1908 almost, or early, sorry, 1907. Because 1908 January, Makar Sankranti day, Tata Sahib visited for the first time Baba at the behest of Nana Sahib Chandorkar. Before doing that, he said, okay, I'll come. He didn't want to immediately say yes. Finally, when he was, Nana Sahib Chandorkar was after him, he said, okay, I'll come, but I have to do two things. He said, what is it? He said, if I have to go to Shirdi, I have to have a cook, and that to a Brahmin cook. Number one. Number two, he said, I cannot go empty-handed. I must go with something to be, some present to be taken for Baba. He said, and what is that? He said, I will take Nagpur oranges. The month was somewhere in December or maybe January, early January, first, second, maybe December 1907. That was not the season for oranges. Oranges come in the month of April, May. He said, okay, if that comes, will you come? He said, yes. Nana Sahib came home, and same evening, when person appeared at his residence, at his door, he said, why have you come? What do you want? He said, I'm a cook. I need a job. It struck to Nana Sahib. Immediately he wrote a sheet, 2 lines of the piece of paper, sent him to Tata Sahib. Next morning he went over there to meet Tata Sahib. He said, your one condition is over. He said, no, one, not one. Even second one is also over. He said, what do you mean? He said, look at that. There were 2 big baskets of oranges which had appeared on the same evening. Without a name of consigner. both were absolutely flabbergasted. How did it happen? The cook has come and the oranges have also come. He said, now you're coming? He said, yes. When? At the earliest. So when the cook was arranged everything, and both of them had gone to Baba on 14th of January 1908. That was his first visit. Now, it's not only the visit. The very first visit is needed to be told to you in a proper this thing. Tata Saheb was slightly short and fat. Stout, you can say. He had both his sons, his wife. Am I crossing the limit?
No, go, keep going.
Both his sons, mother and wife, and both sons. Elder one was a doctor, Dr. Vaman Nolkar, and younger one was about to join the college. Visu, that is my grandfather. So both were there with him, and they went over there. The first one you can show Dada Saheb.
No, next one.
This is the Dada Saheb's father, Krishnaji Panta Nolkar, and mother. This is Tata Saheb and his wife. This is his Tata Saheb's wife. And this is my grandfather. I don't have his elder brother's photograph right now with me, but this is my grandfather and my grandmother. He was there. He was about to join college. They were there. They were standing by the side when Tata Saheb went down, bowed down to see Baba. And he was about to touch his feet when Baba suddenly put all his 5 fingers. Baba used to give Udi with fistful. He wouldn't give Udi in pinches. Baba used to give Udi in fistful. His hand was full of Udi. And suddenly he put his hand on his head. Tata Saheb was about to bow down. Suddenly his hand was there on his head. And for a few seconds, Tata Saheb was stunned, in trance. He didn't know what he's doing. His eyes were closed. And he was slightly, while sitting down, he was in trance. And both his sons were watching him, standing by Baba's side. He came to his senses, then he bowed down, small puja, whatever was allowed in those days by Baba was done, and they came back. They were staying in Sathewada. If you have heard of, it is there everywhere in Sai Satchari. Sathewada, does anyone know where it was? Anyone? Huh? Huh? Where was Buttiwada? No. Please. I'll tell you. Please don't misunderstand. Please. Buttiwada, Sathewada, where the Guru Sthan is now. You have seen it. You are facing Guru Sthan this side. Just at the back side was Sathewada. Buttiwada was later on. Buttiwada is huge one. That had not come up in those days. But Guru Sthan was there. You must have read about that story of Baba when he was young. Those 4 lights were there. That is Guru Sthan. And the back side of that was Sathewada. So he was staying at Sathewada. All these people, after puja and everything, they went back. And my grandfather asked him, he said, Tatya, what happened to you? You were in delirium, or you did not feel good or something. What had happened? He said, what to tell you? It was such a good and happiness. I cannot express it. I cannot tell you of what stage I was. I was so happy with Baba's touch. And this was for the first time it has happened. And Tata Saheb was one and only example in entire Sai Satcharitra, who was blessed on the first meeting. Tata Sahib, there are many, Tata Sahib had many, he wanted many things, not wanted as such. Whatever he felt in his mind was fulfilled by Baba. This was after the first day's puja. After that they went again, met Baba, had puja, whatever in evening, and came back. After the dinner, because cook was there, food was cooked, everything was done. Maybe by 9:30, 10 o'clock, suddenly Tata Sahib sat down in his bed, and because he was habitual to have pan, the betel nut. The moment he thought about it, in just few minutes, a boy appeared with four pan. So, from where did you come? No, Baba sent me. He just thought about it, and Baba sent it. This was first day's experience of Tatya Sahib. Thereafter, many things are there, because I won't go all in detail, but this was the background of how he came to Shirdi, and then further how he was attached to Baba in many ways. Okay.
So while he says, I want you guys to register this thing, because we're gonna talk about that again. Tatya Sahib ko Baba ne jaise niche patka tha, right? Baba had a different style. You know, whenever somebody comes, किसी को चोटी से पकड़ के करेंगे, we'll hear from Gavankar ji. किसी को दो उंगलियों से करेंगे, because the different forms of energy and different forms of message he is sending to the devotees. Okay, we will hear that again. So that's why I want to emphasize this. So how do we want to talk about how his desires were fulfilled? Tatya said, let's talk about
few
that.
I would tell, not because it's a wrong one. First of all, I'll go through Nana Sahib and Tatya Sahib, their interaction.
Yeah.
Nana Sahib, see, in those days, people who were blessed, they wouldn't go and talk to anybody. Even Baba used to say, "Jinne paya, unne chupaya." Do you understand? Who has received, he has hidden it. What was received? The Guru Kripa. The blessings of the Guru. If you have got it, keep it to yourself. Don't make a show of it. Ye Baba ne diya, ye Baba ne diya. One story I'll tell you, that is in Satcharita, but later. So this is what it was. And Nana Sahib and Tatya Sahib both had such relation. They would express to each other in many ways. And Tatya Sahib had a habit. Whenever he wrote to Nana Sahib, he would say, last line was, when you finish reading this book later, please send it back to me. That is why I have got two letters of Tatya Sahib and Nana Sahib with me, in their own hand. And each letter gives all the details of what interaction he had with Baba. And it was related to Nana Sahib. And Nana Sahib was because he felt that Nana Sahib was the only person who could understand what I'm writing. The letters, you may feel, I'll show you, I've got them over here, whosoever wants to see. His handwriting he was a judge. He was very fast in writing. And his thoughts were so fast, one after the other, he went on writing to Nana Sahib. Two letters, yes. Everything is in English. In those days, he was a judge. And he would write in English, and even Nana Sahib. I have got their handwritings here with me. Their letters, which were exchanged, and we could get only two of each other's letters. Others we could not get. No, letters not that. So, with the result, they exchanged their own views. And whatever Tatya Sahib felt, he could correlate, and he would come back to Tatya Sahib. And one instance I would tell you. Once Tatya Sahib wrote to him, Dada, Baba always thinks about you. Nana, Nana, he keeps on talking about. So Nana Sahib, he didn't feel, he wasn't very proud about it or anything. He wrote back. He said, you have come now, and same thing will happen to you also. So you can now imagine what could have been transpired between these two friends. The Guru, Bandhus, how and what was transpired between them. Okay? Anything else?
Do we want to talk about the letters?
Later we will talk.
Okay, all right. So, should we talk about how Vishuji used to go and what, they used to go with them and how, he also came here? Or
Yes. I'll, before going to all other things, my grandfather, he was about to join college, and his admission had taken place, was taken in Pune in Deccan College, and Principal Baines, the British principal, was known to Tatya Sahib, so there was no problem about admission. Before joining the college, this young boy, my grandfather, he said no. He also had in his mind, he had some inculcation earlier, and his previous, not exactly guru, but person who brought him into this line was one Mr. What is his name? It was very long back. So at the back of his mind, he all the time felt that I must have a guru who doesn't have anything, no family, nothing whatsoever. And his intention or his requirement he found in Baba, like Tatya Sahib. No family, nothing, no relation, nothing whatsoever. And he was bound to make it. He fought with his father, he fought with his grandmother, he fought with his mother. I want to go to Baba. There was quite a lot of action between these 3-4 at home. Finally, Tatya Sahib gave him permission, okay, go. He went, his nearest deity was Ram Mandir in Nasik. So he went there and then went to Baba. The moment he reached Baba, he said, oh, you come now, good. Go to school, Shala. And who was Shala? Radha Krishna. He was sent to Shala. Why Shala? This is what I explained to you earlier. The very first thing I explained to you, that is, she taught whosoever came over there, she taught them how to behave with Baba, how to talk to Baba, what is to be done with Baba, why all these things to be done to Baba. That is why Radha Krishna's role is very, very important in Shirdi, which is not recognized by Samsthan, I couldn't care less. But you must know, Radha Krishna was great. She had very small period to stay with Baba. She was a widow, a good-looking widow, but she was also a devoted disciple of Baba. She never went in front of Baba, but she always loved Baba and Baba loved her also. And he used to call her Radha Krishni. Why? Do you know why? Anybody? Radha Krishni. Anybody? She used to carry a small idol of Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna is Krishna. And she always carried with her, wherever she went. That's why Baba used to call her Radha Krishna. And she was so, she would never leave it anywhere. All the time that was with her.
So, if I may add, Baba Baba is God. So when he is in Shirdi, जैसे कृष्ण जी के साथ उनकी गोपियां और और उनके डेमी गॉड्स जो होते थे, Baba was actually surrounded by demigods, and Radha Krishna Mai was one of them.
Yes.
Right? So
right.
there is a lot of content we can't. So in this we will not talk about Tatya Sahib Nulkar, because when Tatya Sahib is going, Gavankar, Chandrokar ji is going, they are all connected Guru Bandhus, they will all talk to each other, exchange letters that he will say. So you will see we'll go from Tatya Sahib to another devotee because they are all talking to each other. So Radha Krishna Mai was a great thing. She was instrumental in, gathering all the. She was the person who got all this paraphernalia to Baba's thing, rath, silver ornaments, all that stuff, right? So there's a lot of stuff. Again, we did one episode on Radha Krishna Mai, but yeah, go ahead.
No, Radha said, sorry, it's not working. Hello?
It's working.
Can you hear? Whosoever came over there, Dada Sahib Brege, Jog, all, they always respected the Radha Krishna. Some were elder than her, but they called her I. Because the love that she created in their mind about Baba, they could not hear it from anybody else. So that's why Radha Krishna has got a lot of importance in Shirdi stay and Shirdi life. Just now you mentioned something about Radha Krishna. The name given to the masjid, Dwarka Mai, that was given by Baba. So don't have any impression Baba was something different than Sri Krishna. This always keep it in mind. Sri Krishna, Sri Ram, or whatever it is. There, the lifestyles, the descriptions which Dr. Narke, Mr. Bhutti's son-in-law, he was a very eminent professor and doctor also. His diary and whatever his writings are there, they are very, very important. Not only that, there are a number of others. They are in different books and different this thing, but this is one book in Marathi. Of course, this has not been translated in any other language. It has 88 pearls of Baba's Sagar, Baba's sea of Baba. This has got all those who were there at the time of Baba, and some of them were living when they have written these their impressions about Baba and Shirdi. That is one. But Radha Krishna played a big role in Shirdi. She was the one who gave training to my grandfather, and that's why he was so attached to her. Thereafter, Baba asked him to go and stay on the banks of Godavari, all alone, a boy of 8, maybe 17, 18. And he was asked to build a shack. He was staying there, cooking for himself, and doing some puja part, whatever it was. And by then, Tatya Sahib, his father, was in Pandharpur. And then he decided to come to Shirdi. He wanted to, because he wrote a letter to Sardar Mirikar in Ahmednagar. From there, Kopargaon, and from there they were to come to Shirdi. Kopargaon, there is a river, Godavari, which is known as Ganga. He crossed the river. Tatya Sahib, mother-in-law, and wife, all were there. They came across as Sardar Mirikar, Tatya Sahib, and all these paraphernalia was climbing the slope of Godavari. Tatya Sahib saw young Sai Baba, somewhat on his head, wearing some white clothes and all, with big beard and all. So he asked Sardar Mirikar. He said, "Who is this young Sai Baba?" Sardar Mirikar said, "Don't you know? He is your own son Visu." He said, "What is he doing here?" He said, "He was asked to stay by Baba here, and Baba comes here occasionally and gives him some instructions." This was never told to us when I had quite a lot of association with my grandfather. We were staying together, but this he never mentioned. Even though my father did not know about it, about his penance with Baba. Only these things came to light after the death of my grandfather. And as all you know, Baba never went anywhere other than Shirdi. But there are places where he has visited. Some things are mentioned in the Sai Satcharit, but some things are not. And one thing I would tell you, which nobody knows, there was one Sant Mota in Gujarat. Before he came Sant, he was in Karachi for some time. And Baba became his guru because he visited him on seashore, and he didn't know who was Baba. Baba visited him in the same form, same appearance, same clothes. He didn't know. Next day he met somebody and he was wearing a ring of Baba. He said, "Who is this? Why are you wearing this ring?" He said, "He is my guru." "Who is he?" "He is Sai Baba." So Sai Baba had reached Karachi also. Many who do not know, I am telling you, Baba used to move anywhere. We cannot say. He had gone to Machindargarh also, which is mentioned in Sai Satcharit. So Baba, and there he used to come, and Sardar Mirikar said, Baba comes over here and he gives him instructions. Then all the paraphernalia went to Baba. They stayed there, and because they wanted to bring back Visu, the grandmother wanted to have young one to be back. So every time she used to ask Baba, "Baba, I want to take Visu. He should go to his college, do something. He used to be married. He's a young boy." Baba would say, Next day, same thing, same dialogue. Third day, same thing, same dialogue. That's all. Baba wouldn't say anything because Baba didn't want them to go for some reason or the other till he decided. Shama asked him someday. He said, "Yes, they'll go. Don't worry. I'll tell you." After about 7-8 days, stay there, then he permitted. And in, I think, 9th or 11th chapter, there is a mention about a footnote that Tatya Sahib did not listen to him and went and he missed his train. I just want to tell you on this incident only, because that incident is mentioned in Tatya Sahib later. It was not that he had missed the train because of not listening to Baba. But after this thing, Baba had given the permission, he went out after taking the prasad and he went ahead a little bit. He was out. And these ladies were coming out from masjid, that Dwarka Mai. When Baba told Shama, ask that old lady to stay, don't allow her to go, which Tatya Sahib did not listen, did not hear. And Shama did not tell Tatya Sahib. And the result, he has mentioned, Tatya Sahib has mentioned, he did not tell me, and I had to face the result. His boat was stuck in the middle of the river, and it was delayed, their departure was delayed. That's why they missed the train. After having given the permission by Baba about Visu, he had gone back. Then later on he was married, everything, but that was done. But before that, how he was married, I would like to tell you once, because You must have read about Dr. Pandit, who put the Tripundra on Baba's head. I want to tell you the exact words of Baba at that time, that also I'll come to. Dr. Pandit came over there as he would go around. His guru was Kaka Puranik. This is Dr. Pandit. And his guru was Kaka Puranik. Last one is not here. It's not here. Not here. No, it's not here. His guru was Kaka Puranik, who was a resident of Rajapur in Konkan. And Dr. Pandit had come to Dada Bhatt. Dada Bhatt was behind him. And he took Dada Bhatt's plate. From that, he put the Tripundra on his Baba's head. Tripundra is not, you just don't put it like this. You hold the head and then put so that the head doesn't move. You just hold it here and put the Tripundra. After doing that, Dada Bhatt was all the time watching. In the afternoon, he came and asked him, Baba, I'll first say it in Marathi and then I'll explain it to you in English. Baba, कोण आले पंडित डॉक्टर पंडित म्हणजे आम्ही इलासा गंधाचा टिळा लावतो तुम्ही आडावडा करता you just put a little bit of gandha sandal paste on your this thing on your throat and you make such a lot of noise and that the Dr. Pandit you allowed him and Baba what he answered, Dada, you don't know. His guru is Brahmin. He made his puja, not mine. And me fasle. That is the typical Marathi of Selu, where Baba used to be, supposed to be earlier. He fasle. I was deceived by him because he was doing puja of his guru, not mine. He was all the while thinking of his guru. This thinking, this pattern of thinking, whenever we are doing puja, let it be anybody. Whatever you have in mind, you do that puja. With the result, he said, I could not do anything. And thereafter, the Tripundra started being applied to Baba. So what Tripundra you see on Baba's head is done by Dr. Pandit first. I'll come, many things to be told, but I'll come to the first Guru Puja on 3rd July of 1909. Dada Saheb, during his leave and whenever he could, because in those days court used to have a lot of chutti or holidays. So he with you, his family used to come to Chirdi, stay with Baba a few days and go back. But in his mind, one thing I forgot to tell you, when he had come for the first time, during the stay he mentioned it to Baba. He said, Baba, I have given the verdict about God. I don't want to do it anymore. And Baba immediately said, so will it happen. So will it happen. ऐसे ही होगा. Don't worry. Baba could foresee, which Dada could not. He said, okay, same thing will happen. And whenever, as I said, during holidays they used to come and stay. And whenever Baba permitted, then only the family could go back. With the result, it was time for him to come to Shirdi. And as he said, he had completed everything, came and said, in the meanwhile he had diplopia. Diplopia is a sort of a, one could see two things instead of one. His own brother was an eye specialist from UK. Younger brother, Tata Sahib's youngest brother was an eye specialist. He also could not do anything. And he came to Baba only. But Tata Sahib had one habit. He wouldn't go himself and tell Baba, I'm having suffering from so and so thing. He was lying down in Satewada. One day afternoon, Baba called, Shama was with Baba. He said, Shama, I've got some pain in my eyes. He just rubbed his eyes and all. He said, okay. In Satewada, Tata Sahib felt okay. His eyes stopped paining. His whatever problem he had, seeing two things, that stopped. Thereafter, when he had given his resignation and all, and he came to stay in Shirdi permanently. While he stayed there, his friend came over there. And how he came? He was sent by, as everyone knows, Baba always used to say, Meri chidiya main kheech ke lata hu. I catch my sparrows and bring them back to me. And so was this friend of Tata Sahib. His name was Nilkantrao Sahasrabuddhe. A big bearded. One minute, just keep the entire thing. The saints before that is one Gajanan Maharaj, then Gadage Baba. Some of you may be knowing Gadage Baba, who was in Bombay. Then Gajanan Maharaj, this is Gadage Baba. Then Gajanan Maharaj. This is Dada Maharaj, Uttekar of Satara, and his father, Kundiva Maharaj. He is my father's guru, and so also his son. They were in Satara. But this is Sahasrabuddhe. He was known as Baba Sahib, generally. Well-to-do person, a government servant and all whatnot. He was a classmate of Tata Sahib in Pune, in 4th standard. They used to sit on the same bench. While this diplopia had taken place, he landed there. How he landed? He was in Mumbai with Dabolkar Sahib, with Kaka Sahib Dikshit, names all you know. And the third one was Kaka Sahib Dikshit, and they wanted to send some utensils to Shirdi. And suddenly Baba Sahib Sahasrabuddhe landed there. He said, we want to do this thing, can you do this? Because he was freelance. He had no aga picha. His family was there. But he could go wherever he wanted with retired person. At that time he didn't have this beard. At that time he didn't have this beard. So he said, well, but if I have to go there, then I may require some expenses. So he was given the expenses. He said, now can you go? If I have to stay there, then what can I do? Not that he was very well off. No question of money. He said, but he was a very stubborn person. He used to prick everyone. He said, okay. Kaka Sahib gave him a cheti to Chama. He said, whatever money you want, you will get it. With the result, Baba Sahib landed in Shirdi with all utensils required for cooking. He landed in front of Tata Sahib. He could see Tata Sahib sitting there, but Tata Sahib could not recognize. Before curing of his eyes by Baba, as I said, he was seeing two things at a time. So he said, he took his first name and he asked him. He said, Lakshmana, how do you recognize me? He said, Tata Sahib could not see his face properly. He said, now that you know my name, you must be knowing me, but I could not recognize you. He said, do you remember one Sahasrabuddhe in your class who used to sit next to you in 4th class? Then he realized, and he started, there was such a lot of love between them. Immediately I started watering. He said, now that you have come, you will be my guest, not anybody else's. So he stayed with him. After that, he went to Baba to take darshan. And Baba said, Tatya sahab, do bow down to Tatya. Baba, Tatyala namaskar karava. Tatya motha hai. Yachi seva karavi. Do serve Tatya sahab. Accept his, bow down to him. First day, second day, third day. Same thing Baba repeated. So he came back fourth day and asked Tatya sahab, he said, tell me, now Baba has told me to serve you. Tell me, what should I do? He said, we are classmates, we are good friends. Don't ask me this. What Baba has in mind, I don't know. We'll see. And it so happened, he really served like a what you call, as the patients are served in the hospitals. He took every care of Tatya sahab till his last breath. But this man, as I said, he was very stubborn. He used to go and stand at the gate of that masjid. He used to watch people coming there. Baba used to tell them something. And Baba also used to watch him. One day he said, when Baba looked at him from where he was sitting in Dwarka Mai, he was standing at the gate. He said, don't tell me all these things. I don't believe in this. If you want to tell me something, tell me directly. This was a jolt for others. But Baba knew him inside out. He said, then lie down on the stairs of masjid, Dwarka Mai, as a dog. मस्जिदीच्या पायऱ्यावर कुत्र्यावानी पडून राहा. Lie down like a dog on the stairs of masjid. And Ram Nam घेऊनच जा. See that I'll give you Ram Nam. That's what was promised by Baba. And ultimately he did. And he took it. Although he was a stubborn person, but he had to accept it. And then there are many things happened which I would not tell you all in details. But this was the very, very striking incident between Baba and what conspired between Baba and Baba Sahib. He stayed till the end of Tatya Sahib. Tatya Sahib was very fond of eating sweet things. With the result, he had carbuncles on his back because of the diabetes. In those days, diabetes didn't have definite medicine. And Baba Sahib Sahasra, they took care of Tatya Sahib all throughout. Even taking the urine pot. And Tatya Sahib used to feel very bad. He said, you are my friend, don't do this thing. I'll feel bad. He said, don't worry. I couldn't care less what you feel. You are not a judge here. I am here. I have been asked by Baba to take care of you. That's what I am doing. Don't tell me anything. I forgot about this is first Guru Puja.
Guru Purnima.
I'll come to that first and finish off that. Then I'll tell you the last incidents of Tatya Sahib. On 3rd July, as I said, first meeting with Baba was 14th January 1908 on Sankranti day. And as he started coming to Shirdi, in the month of July, Saturday morning he got up and suddenly he felt that today is Guru Purnima. So immediately he told his wife, his sons and all, and he said, we will go and have puja. He went to Dwarka Mai, asked Baba, he said, I want to make puja, today is Guru Puja. He said, okay, carry on. He immediately informed others also, Dada Bhatt and Jog and And also Radha Krishna. Radha Krishna wanted to come on that day in Dwarkamai, but Baba did not allow her. Finally she sent her puja or that plate with somebody and carried out puja. He also asked Shama, you also do the puja. And at that time, as many people know, he asked him to do the puja. There's a pillar, where Baba used to sit. He said, you do the puja of this pillar. He said, Baba, I am not going to do the puja of this pillar. I am going to make puja of you. If I am permitted. Then permitted. And that was the day. And then many others also came over there. Marsapati was called. Tatya Kote Patil was brought. And they also carried out puja. So the puja, Guru Puja started on 3rd of July 1909. That was the first time Guru Puja had taken place. And both sons were there. They had by-hearted the Arti which you sing here. Arati Sai Baba. That time it was only one Arti. Arati Sai Baba by Adkarji. So that Arti was known to them, both the sons. So they sung that Arti and Guru Puja was carried out. I would come to the end of
Nirvana.
I'll come to that.
Yeah.
Pendant,
We'll talk about it later.
That thereafter, just after.
So I think another thing, while you hear, again, this thing needs to be registered. All Baba's devotees and movements are very similar. You'll hear that from Gavankarji also. And we have talked about Nimonkarji in an online episode. Here, how, they see Baba in everything and they actually become one part of Baba when they're towards the end. Go ahead.
Tata Saheb's end was very, very, very sad. It was early morning and by about 2 o'clock or so. And both his sons were there by his side. Tata Saheb asked them to sing bhajan. And he was in such a pain. His elder son, doctor, he asked him, he said, Tatya, can I give you some brandy? At least your pain would subside. He said, you ask Baba. And then next sentence, don't ever have this in your life henceforth. It was only once, because he was in such a pain that his son asked him, can I give you brandy? He said, ask Baba and then give. So with the result, only 2 spoons of brandy was given to him, and they knew that the end is coming. After the bhajan was done, Tata had closed his eyes, almost thinking that everybody who was there, that Sahasrabuddhe, even both sons, they came to know that this is the end. In the meanwhile, suddenly my grandfather ran to Radha Krishna because she used to keep the tirth of Baba with her all the time. He went over there, collected the tirth, came running and put drops in the mouth of Tatyasa. That was something in the morning by 2 o'clock. Now, the lament that Baba had done, that was something unusual. As you have seen Dwarka Mai, there is a small railing. That railing was there in those days also. That is known as Jota. So Baba stood nearby that railing. And he shouted loudly, तो तात्या गेला आता मला राहून काय करायचं मी पण चालला जाईने इथे पेटून टाकाय मस्जिद. This sort of a lament Baba did. He started abusing to nobody. He started abusing to nobody, but that was the lament Baba did. He started shouting, and And this went on for nearly 10, 15, 20 minutes. By the time, but Shirdi was such a small place, people were staying around, and when Baba started shouting at 2 o'clock in the morning, naturally people got around. What has happened? And what he was saying, star has fallen behind the masjid. People would not know immediately. So then they inquired, what has happened? Tatya Sahib was no more. That's why that lament had taken place. And he said, Tatya Sahib has no further life. That he had promised me. He had heard, Tatya Baनं देवाचं ऐकलं, देवाला त्याचं भलं करावंच लागेल. Tatya Baba listened to the God. And God has to listen to him and do everything for him. This was the promise given by Baba. At 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, the rest of the things took place, and then his body was cremated and all. Thereafter, his wife, Tatya Sahib's wife, she had prepared a medal, sort of a pendant. In those days, the customary was, if your husband is no more, you could get something of his choice or something of your choice. And in those days, Baba was there, so she wanted to get the thing blessed by Baba. So pendant was prepared and sent to Baba in a parcel. I'll show it over here. And this is that pendant. You can come and see afterwards, or you can see it.
Yeah, we'll put it in the aarti when we do it at end. But
please don't touch. You can see it from this pendant had two photographs. Two small, it's very small. You see it over here. One side was Baba's photograph and other side was Tatya Sahib's photograph. So Tatya Sahib's wife thought that when it is blessed by Baba, it will come back. Sorry, I'll say. It will come back to me. I'll keep it in the daily puja and with blessings of Baba. This parcel was received as mentioned by it is every word is mentioned. What I am speaking now in the letter of Shama. That letter is also here with me. That will show you. That packet was received by 4 o'clock because the post used to come there by 4 o'clock. This is the one. This is the one.
this is shampoo.
Okay. This is the one in hand of Shama. The parcel was received with the letter, and Shama gave it to that. It was not opened. The packet was closed. Baba held it and kissed it several times. This is the way he kissed the packet. And in the meanwhile, because at 4 o'clock normally people used to get together in Dwarka Mai, so he showed it to everyone. And Shama was the closest. So he asked Shama, do you know what is there inside? He said, no, I don't know. How can I know? Baba, you must be knowing. And in front of all those who had appeared in Masjid, Dwarka Mai, he said, there are Dun Baba. There are two Babas. Yes, Baba ne mala geun gela. This is the Baba who took me away. That means he won over me. He's taken everything from me. Still then, Shama could not understand. Then the packet was opened and shown to everyone. And there was one side there was a photograph of Tatya Sahib and one side was Baba. Then people came to know that Ya Baba ne mala geun gela means this This is the Baba. Baba means Tata Sahib, who has won over me. He has taken everything from me. And that's why he said, Tata Sahib has no further life. This came back with a letter of Shama, which is written in his own handwriting, that is here with me. And Shama mentions one important word, in important sentence. Ase Maharaj bolu lagle. This is what Maharaj was saying. And I am writing whatever he has said, not a word of mine. With the result, this letter, this pendant has come to us, and it is here, and I keep it always with me in my daily puja.
So, I think what we should now get to is Doctor. We'll get to
one second. Baba, furthermore, this is one, but Baba has given 32 rupees, silver rupees of British area, 32 rupees to Tatya Sahib, and 32 paisa to you. What does 32 mean? That I also give you. But these 32 rupees were given on Datta Purnima day. Baba sent one after the other 3-4 small boys. Go call that Mahatara. He used to call it by Tata Sahib as Mahatara. Call that Mahatara. 3-4 small boys came to Sathewada, and he said, Baba is calling you. Baba is calling you. He was just out and fatso full of. He slowly went to Dwarka Mai. And Baba was taking out one company, looking at it, throwing it out. Finally, he found one company. In the meanwhile, he appeared there. He put it on his body personally. And he said, Thandi Varyala Kamala Yel. This will be helpful to you. Thandi Varyala means your further. After the death, wherever you go, this will be useful to you. This is what it. Could you hear last? Could you hear it? Thandi Varyala, for cold and wind. That was those were the words. But the meaning was, it will be useful to you for your further travel after the death. Besides this, Baba gave his own personal rosary. This big beads, black ones, he had given to him. Now, only one thing is this thing. Why 32 rupees? 32 rupees is it is mentioned in Dasbodh, if you know, and one second. I got it. 1 minute. Sixteen dehas, sthul and sukshma. Small ones and the big ones, dehas, that is bodies. Then 8 karan, that is reason, and 8 mahakaran, that is bigger reasons. The meanings are all available in. I won't go down to you. I won't take much time. But this is the hisab of the calculation of 32 rupees or 32 paisas, which were given to my grandfather and great-grandfather. Okay? Anything else? I don't.
Now I think we should get to the how Baba looked. And like I mentioned, Dr. Vaman Rao, his Tatya Sahib elder son, he took the picture, actual real picture, negative of that. And We have the pictures of that, but I want to show you the video where online we actually Nulkar ji showed. He put the torchlight behind that. That's what the video we're gonna play, and you will actually how Baba how Baba actually looked. So while we are, while they are setting it up, I want to share another thing. I'm not sure how many of you guys knows that we talked about Baba was Krishna, Dattaji. Whenever any devotee will go, he will give darshan of his guru. Ram, Krishna, Allah, Dattaji. This is the... Okay, hold on a minute. So, actually in our Shastra, in Shripad Vallabh Charitra, Baba's mention was done by Guru Dutt. In 41st chapter, he mentioned to Hanumanji that I will come into you in the form of Sai Baba. In Shilidi, it is mentioned, we'll again all that, Charitra, it's there. Abdul Baba's name is also there. There were two boys, who came to Guru Dutt in Kurvapur, जहाँ पे दत्त जी थे, और he said, you will come as Abdul Baba. So I don't think many devotees know this thing, that Baba's thing has been mentioned, and that's why Guru Dutt, who is Guru? Shri Guru Dutt is, Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva. So there is nothing left. So whenever devotee goes, you will see your guru in there. I strongly encourage you guys to read Shripad Vallabh Charitra, and that's why you say, you will see, Guru Purnima, ये हम Dutt Purnima में हम करते हैं, ये काफी, this is all related to or there. And you would have read in Swami Samarth. Swami Samarth was the incarnation of Dutt Guru. So it is mentioned in the Pothi. There was a devotee, he wanted to go to Akhalgot, and Swami Samarth said, no, nothing going, Shirdi. Why? This is all connected. Right? So now, we're going to play a short snippet of the... Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Sure.
Just clarification. This is the book he was mentioning, Shripad Sivalabh. This is a Marathi copy, but all, I'll sit down.
There is a
The original one was in Sanskrit, written in 13th century. Thereafter, by Shankar Bhatt. And it was told to him that this will be translated after 33rd generation of yours. And so it happened. It was translated first in Telugu, then now they are available in all other languages. In this, in Marathi page, this thing, page may change. It is clearly mentioned that I will appear in Shiladhi. Who? Datta himself. Datta avatar will be in the form of Yavana Vesh, not Yavana. Yavan means Muslim. Yavana Vesh as Sai Baba in Shiladhi. And of course, other names mentioned by him, Sai Samartha Akkalkot, Tembe Maharaj, which is mentioned in our Sai Satcharit also. He was at Raj Mahendri, who had given a coconut to be given to Baba. He was also Datta avatar. Gadge Baba, Manik Prabhu, they are all in the same category. I won't say category because it is what they are.
So this is real if you are hearing this 300 years down the road, that this is actually mentioned here, right? So this is a video. Play.
Real negative of what he's going to bring you now. Apparently this was given to Shirdi Sansthan, and you see there's a breakage. So they broke it and it was fixed. It was sent to US, connected together. We'll ask Nulkaji when he's back. But this is how actual Baba, was. Actually, a different negative. same negative, but I think celluloid and others. This is what it is. And I think we'll ask Nulkaji, but this is, Baba is very young, I think in 1908 or somewhere that.
Right, Mr. Malik,
Yeah.
this is the, can you see it now?
No, you have to put it. Yes, now it is clear. Hold on, let me stop it. Yes, now it is clear. Can you raise this a little bit? Raise this a little bit. Right. अच्छा, ये कौन से साल में है बाबा का? Put it more, Vekji, gonna put it more on the little bit on the top side, and just in front of your face. Yes. In your face. हाँ. Wow. ये कौन से साल का होगा? Baba is, I think it must be 1908.
This is around 1909.
Okay. Two negatives. One is that. What is this? This one.
This is a celluloid made from that glass negative.
Right. थोड़ा आप नजर आ रही है. Yes, exactly. बस यही.
So this is the one, and you don't have to take picture. You'll actually get the positive copy of this as prasad for, you take it.
The moment he said how Baba used to look. Baba was approximately, because as informed by my grandfather who had seen him, he was around 5'7", 5'8". But one thing which my grandfather said, his eyes used to sparkle. As you must have seen some wild animals, their eyes sparkle at night, but his eyes could sparkle during daytime also, which my grandfather has seen, and I still remember. His eyes would sparkle, and one could not directly look into his eyes. Only at other times when he used to talk to them, then yes. But otherwise, if you look at him directly straight into eyes, you couldn't.
Okay. Now this is very nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Nulkaji, Sai Ram. So while he's getting down, I think we'll prepare for the brief snippet to break this speech. We'll show you a video. Keshav Rao Pradhan, right? He was a bill collector in a finance company in Bhivpuri area. Bhivpuri is in Karzat district, right? There is one Imagika. If you have gone to Mumbai near Lonavala, Imagika, Bhivpuri, very small town, right? He was a bill collector. Again, he was one of the devotees. He did not like Muslim saints. His friend used to go to Baba very frequently. He said, "You come along with me." Right? He said, "No, I don't like Muslims. I don't like Baba take dakshina and charan tirad and all that stuff." So he said, "Okay, don't worry. You don't have to do anything. You just come along with me." He said, "Okay." He said, "You can do your bill collections also, because from Manmar, Kopargaon, you can do your office job, and while you're doing, you take Baba's attend the Dwarka Mai also." He said, "Okay, I'll check along." There are many such devotees who went without actually being a devotee, but they ended up being devotee. And Keshara Pradhan was one of them, right? So he went there. Very at the end of the corner, because it was overcrowded. And Baba saw that this guy is standing all the way. He said, "Bring that rascal here." Baba to aise hi kehte the, "Le gaya usko." Right? So he came there, and Baba, he was like Nulkaji mentioned, his eyes, when you can't look up to Baba's eyes, that's what it says. And when he went there, he had collected 2,500 rupees in that time for bill collections. He had done all the collections. 2,500 rupees dono jebon mein the. Baba ne kaha, "Dakshina." He just did it like this. And that was not his money. He ended up and then said, "Okay, jao." And he went back, and his friend said, "What did you do? You gave 2,500, what?" And then he realized, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to tell my employer, where the collection. So he went back at that time. But then he said, okay, he called his employer. He said, "I'm going to call in sick, and I don't know what will happen. When he called his employer, he said, I'm not feeling well, I will not come for the job for next few days or few weeks. He said, okay, that's fine, but you did a great job. You did an excellent collection of 2,500 rupees. We have received that. That's, when you hear this is like a miracle, right? But this actually happened. And from that time he said, how did this happen? And then he knew it's all Baba. So he started going from Bhivpuri, very small town. He has a small, kutia type there, all jungle around, and it was also, considered haunted town, right? By the way, Baba mentioned spirits, okay? Baba said the ghost exists, all that stuff, right? So he started going to Shirdi, and he will go very frequently over there. And I tell you, Baba, most of the people, Baba never said anyone that you leave your sansar, leave your family and come here. Adkar ji, he used to, जिन्होंने आरती लिखी है, Adkar ji used to come there and spend days and days there. So his parents were worried. How will he grow family? How will he get married? What will he do? So Baba sent him back. But there are few devotees whom Baba did not send. Upasni Maharaj, right? He came there, he was married, he left everything, he came there. Baba kept him. Baba said, you spend 4 years in Khandova Mandir and then you see what will happen, right? So Baba was selected. So with Keshav Pradhan, he said, no, you go back, you don't have to come again and again. So what he gave to Keshav Rao Pradhan was a image of himself, a bas relief, similar to what Hemant Panji got on a holy day, jo Spoti mein likha hua hai, right? He got that bas relief and he said, you take this and then set up a mandir in Bhivpuri, you don't have to come again. So वो ले गया वहाँ पर और उसने, he thought that Baba may be joking. He again kept going there. So Baba ने उसको एक दिन हटका कर बोला, don't you understand? You don't have to come here. I am with you in this. So he went there, and that's when he set up the Bhivpuri Mandir. It was during Baba's time this mandir was built. Okay, you're gonna see that video short snippet, and you will see his Baba actually will hear more from Gavankar ji. Baba actually gave Sakshatkar there to, they came here multiple times. But Keshav Rao Pradhan, he was very sad. He was, once he was sick, he was sad. So he said, Baba, I really miss you. So Baba actually gave him Sakshat there, and then there at that place where Baba came, he grew Tulsi Vrindavan. So that will be also mentioned there. And so I strongly encourage you guys, if you visit Mumbai or India, please do go this mandir. This is like it will remind you of the Shirdi of the old days. Very quiet and all that. So let's play that.
आज हम बाबा का ऐसा मंदिर देखेंगे जो पूरे विश्व का पहला श्री साई मंदिर माना जाता है। इसी के साथ ही इस मंदिर की ये विशेषता है कि श्री साई बाबा के समाधि लेने से पहले 1916 में भिवपुरी नामक एक छोटे से गांव में इस मंदिर का निर्माण हुआ। भिवपुरी के इस मंदिर की कहानी बड़ी ही दिलचस्प है। तो चलिए जानते हैं क्या है ये कहानी। जिन्हें साई बाबा बुलाते हैं। बिल्कुल कुछ इसी तरह बाबा ने भिवपुरी उकरुल गांव में रहने वाले श्री केशव रामचंद्र प्रधान जी को शिरडी बुलाया। हुआ ऐसा कि प्रधान जी ने पहले कभी ना तो बाबा के बारे में कुछ सुना था, ना ही बाबा को कभी देखा था। प्रधान जी के एक दोस्त अपने साथ उनको शिरडी ले गए। जैसे ही प्रधान जी ने बाबा को देखा तो मानो चमत्कार हो गया। लेकिन फिर भी वे बाबा से थोड़ी दूरी पर ही खड़े रहे। माध्यान्ह आरती के स्वर प्रधान जी के कानों में गूंज रहे थे और मानो वे बाबा के अधीन हो गए। प्रधान जी बाबा के पास गए और बाबा ने उनसे दक्षिणा की मांग की। प्रधान जी ने भी झट से अपनी जेब से 2500 निकाले और बाबा को दे दिए। उस समय ना तो उनके ध्यान में ये बात आई कि उन्होंने जो पैसे बाबा को दक्षिणा स्वरूप दिए वो तो उनके किसी साहूकार दोस्त को देने थे, और ना ही उन्हें इस बात की खबर थी कि अब उनके जेब में कुछ नहीं था। प्रधान जी मुंबई तो पहुंचे, मगर मन ही मन में उनको एक बात खाई जा रही थी कि उस साहूकार दोस्त के पैसे कैसे और कब दे। उन्होंने मन ही मन में सोचा कि उनकी जमीन का थोड़ा टुकड़ा बेचा जाए और पैसे वापस कर दे। उन्होंने अपने दोस्त को तार भेजा कि वो बीमार है और कुछ ही दिनों में पैसे भेज देंगे। 8 दिन बाद उनके हाथ एक तार मिला जिसमें लिखा था, तबीयत का ख्याल रखना, 2500 जमा हो गए। ये पढ़कर प्रधान जी जान गए कि ये तो बाबा का ही चमत्कार है। बस यही वो क्षण था जिसने प्रधान जी को बाबा से असीम श्रद्धा और विश्वास के साथ जोड़ दिया था। जैसे बाबा के प्रति प्यार और लगाव बढ़ता गया, वैसे ही उनका शिरडी आना जाना बढ़ता गया। प्रधान जी जब जब शिरडी जाते तब तब बाबा को अपने घर देवपुरी आने का आमंत्रण देते। बार बार उनकी ये विनती सुनकर बाबा ने उनको अपनी खुद की मिट्टी से बनी एक प्रतिमा दे दी। बाबा ने प्रतिमा देते हुए कहा कि इसे ले जाओ और अपने घर के पास एक मंदिर बनाकर उसमें इस प्रतिमा की स्थापना कर देना, और ये विश्वास रखना कि मैं हमेशा इस प्रतिमा के रूप में वहां रहूंगा। इसके बावजूद भी प्रधान जी जब वापस शिरडी बाबा से मिलने गए तो बाबा ने उन्हें शिरडी आने से मना कर दिया और कहा कि भेवपुरी को ही शिरडी समझना, और वही उनसे मिलने का वचन भी दिया। बाबा की आज्ञा का पालन करते हुए प्रधान जी ने अपने घर के पास ही बाबा की प्रतिमा की स्थापना की और बन गया यही वो साई बाबा का पहला मंदिर।
है राम रमैया वही मेरा साई है।
दर्शन करते हैं उस सुंदर और विलोभनीय प्रतिमा का, जिसे स्वयं बाबा ने अपने हाथों से श्री केशव जी प्रधान को भेंट किया। आज 100 सालों बाद भी इस प्रतिमा का तेज आप देख सकते हैं। इस प्रतिमा को देखकर ये एहसास होता है कि बाबा स्वयं अपने भक्तों की ओर प्रेम और आशीर्वाद की भावना से देख रहे हैं। मानो बाबा हर उस भक्त के सवालों का जवाब दे रहे हैं जो पूरी श्रद्धा और विश्वास के साथ यहाँ नतमस्तक होते हैं। जो भी भक्त किसी कारणवश शिरडी जाके बाबा के दर्शन नहीं कर सके, वे यहाँ आकर बाबा के पावन दर्शन का लाभ उठा सकते हैं। जैसे शिरडी के द्वारका माई में बाबा ने अखंड धूनी जलाई है, वैसे ही बाबा चाहते थे कि यहाँ भी अखंड धूनी हो, और इसीलिए बाबा ने सपनों में आकर यहाँ धूनी जलाने का आदेश दिया। 7 अप्रैल 1949 में श्री रामनवमी के शुभ अवसर पर ये धुनी जलाई गई। साई सच्चरित्रकार श्री हेमाड़पंत दाभोलकर जी के दोहिते परम साई भक्त श्री वालावलकर जी ने इस धुनी को प्रज्वलित किया, जो आज भी अखंड जल रही है। यहाँ पर ही हम बाबा की विभूति का प्रसाद पा सकते हैं। यही वो तुलसी वृंदावन है, यही वो पावन जगह है जहाँ बाबा ने अपने वचन का पालन करते हुए श्री केशव जी को अपने दर्शन करवाए। तो चलिए उनके घर के सदस्यों से जानते हैं क्या है इस जगह का महत्व।
ओम साई राम। मी गजानन दत्तात्रय प्रधान, कैलास श्री केशवराव रामचंद्र प्रधान यांचा नातू। श्री साईबाबांनी त्यांना ह्या तुळशीवनाजवळ प्रत्यक्ष दर्शन दिलं। त्याची पूर्वीची हकीकत अशी आहे की ते 1910 सालापासून शिर्डीला जायचे। जात असताना त्यांना असं कळलं की शिर्डीला एक संत महात्मे येऊन राहिलेले आहेत। ते गेले बघायला। बाबांना बघितल्यानंतर त्यांचं रूप बघून खूप त्यांना हे मोहून गेले। ते नंतर सारखे शिर्डीला जायला लागले वरचेवर। असं करता 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 बराच काळ लोटला। लोटल्यानंतर मग ते लांब बसायचे। लांब बसायचं। बाबांनी विचारलं, तू येतो पण लांब बसतोस, तुला काय पाहिजे? तू काय मागत नाहीस? काय नाही म्हणत, तुम्ही भिवपुरी राहावं अशी माझी इच्छा आहे। तरी पण बाबांनी त्यांना येऊन दिलं। ते गेले, दर्शन हे केलं। असं बरेच महिने लोटल्यानंतर
Okay, so I think in the interest of time, this video is online, so you guys can watch it. But he is grandson of Keshavrao Pradhan, and you know he passed. He went to Baba couple of years back, and I was fortunate to spend lot of time with him. I don't think anyone of let me tell, he was staying, he was in Bombay in railways, but then he moved back to Bhivpuri because this temple, after Keshavrao Pradhan and his father passed away, somebody had to take care of this mandir. So he left everything and he moved to Bhivpuri. When you go to Bhivpuri, you'll see there's nothing over there. There's, एक खोका है, kiosk है, right opposite restaurant, वही है, that's it, nothing. He left everything and he had one kutia, one mud hut, same mud hut, right next to the mandir. It's very hot, like जैसे शिरडी की गर्मी और शिरडी की सर्दी, exactly like this Bhivpuri, it's very hot in summers and very cold in winters. He lived there. There's no AC, no cooler, refrigerator bhi we see that he got it very recently. He really loved, and he had this one window in the hut where he can see Baba in this mandir, right? So he was a great devotee, and who served literally Baba in this way. I don't think anyone of us can live in such things. We need AC and cooler, all that stuff, right? So he was a real devotee. So strongly encourage, when you go Mumbai, go there, visit that, and you'll have a blissful. There are a lot of other leelas. There's a Bavdi well there. Keshavrao Pradhan said, Baba, I have to go to Nadi for your bath. How do I have to go all the way? So then he got Bavdi. He dig it there in the backyard, and there's a Bavdi and a lot of water came out. So a lot of the first mandir, Bhivpuri mandir, and very blissful. So with this, we will move to our next speaker, and I'm sure yeah. Near Imagica. Imagica is that some water park there. You can Google it, and it will. But Akshay is your contact for any of the questions, content. He will the thing. So now coming back to the next, right? How many of us, all of us wants, Baba, I read in the newspaper, वहाँ पे विभूति आ गई, बाबा तुमने यहाँ अपना साक्षात्कार दिखा दिया, we all want that, Baba, you should give your darshan to me also, right? And similar thing happened. Similar thing was a mind, that came to the mind of Dr. Anna Sahib Gavankar, that we will hear from his son, Dr. Sainath Gavankar ji, where actually in the Kurla home, Baba actually gave Sakshat Darshan, which is written in his book. He has a book, Anna Sahib wrote book, and it has been translated into English. Lot of material there also, and very interesting stories, because Anna Sahib Gavankar ji was very close to Shama. So he went in 1918, and he was around 7 years old. So after that, Baba passed away. So whenever he used to go to, we'll hear from Gavankar ji, he will stay at Shama's place, and lot of Leelas of Baba's at Shama exchange with Gavankar ji, and Gavankar ji was Sansthan president, lot of things that. So with that, may I request Gavankar ji to come on the stage.
Om Sai Ram. Shri Sachidananda Sadguru Sainath Maharaj Ki Jai. You must be knowing Dr. Anna Sahib Gavankar. I am his son, Dr. Sainath Gavankar. Anna Sahib was born on 20th of April 1906. He was staying in a village, Arnala, about 70 kilometers from Mumbai city. When he was 7 years old, he was running down a fever. His uncle was RMP doctor, and there was one MBBS doctor staying in that village. They were treating him, but there was no relief. So it was decided that we will take him to specialists in Mumbai city. Accordingly, he was brought to city and showed to some of the specialists in Mumbai hospitals. They examined my father and then diagnosed that there is a pulse in his chest. So that he should go under operation. So 110 years back, a child of 7 years old, family members were against for operation, and they brought my father back again in the Arnala. So my father's aunt, Thamawai, she got worried. There is no medical treatment. What will happen to him? At the same time, Mr. Yashwantra Galvankar, son-in-law of Hemadpanta, came from Shirdi in the Arnala with Baba's photo. He came to know that such and such thing is going on in Gavankar's house. So he went there, he saw the situation, he gave that photo and Udi to my father's aunt and said, told her, now he is your doctor. There is no medical treatment, don't worry. But this Saiba's photo, Saiba is your doctor. You tell your worries to him. Accordingly, one platform was brought. They kept that Baba's photo on that platform. Then he told that bring one coconut and put in front of the Baba's photo and tell your worries to Baba. Accordingly, she bought one nariyal, coconut, and put in front of Baba's photo and wrote that Baba, now you are his doctor. You are only there, hope that he will get cured. But when he get cured, I will bring him to Shirdi for your darshan with 5 share pedas. At the same day, when she was sleeping, she had a dream that one fakir had come in his house. Then he immediately touched my father's body. It has become very cold. She started crying. When there was temperature in the afternoon and the boy is now very cold, she called doctor. Doctor came, doctor examined my father and said, don't worry, boy is He removed the banyan and saw that the pus was oozing out from the chest. Doctor came to know Without operation, the pus started coming out. Doctor drained that pus and my father became all right. And then temperature went away. After 5 years, that woe was there that he will bring my father to Shirdi. So in the month of January 1918, my father was 12 years old. They went to Shirdi to fulfill the vow. When they were standing in a queue, the Sai Baba saw that these family members were there. He called them, and they went to see the Baba. And then the Sai Baba pointed out that this lady has kept me hungry for 5 years. Nobody was knowing, but Sai Baba pointed, this lady has kept me hungry for 5 years. And he asked me, where is my pedas? Then they gave pedas to Baba. Baba ate all these pedas. He did not offer, he gave a single peda to remaining Sai devotees standing thereby. Madhava Shama asked Baba, Baba, you are not distributing these pedas, you are only eating. At that time he said, this lady has kept me hungry. That's why I am eating all these pedas. Next day, when they went to take a darshan of Baba, my father was standing in front of Baba. Baba asked him, give me dakshina. The boy of 12 years old, he was not knowing anything about dakshina. He didn't have any money at that time also. He stood in front of Baba. Madhava saw this situation. He immediately took my father's hand and hold in his hand and took Baba's hand also and put my father's hand in Baba's hand and said, Diya. Only said, father said Diya. Baba said Liya. That Diya and Liya, only 2 words were given. And that time, that Baba put that speech in his kapni and told Shama, now this kapni belongs to this boy. It is his amanat. So this Madhav Deshpande told Baba, Baba is a very small child. He doesn't know significance of this kapni. When he becomes younger or old, I will hand over that kapni to him. After that, Baba took samadhi. My father was under education. He became doctor in 1930 and he got married. Again he had a temperature. My mother came to know during his childhood he had a temperature and he had been to Baba's darshan. So she told that we will go to samadhi, we will have Baba's darshan there, we will get cured. So they went to Shirdi, have a darshan and they went back. At that time, from onwards, he started going to Shirdi every year. In 1931, when he went to Shirdi, on Kozhagiri Day Purnima, Kaka Mahajani and Yashwantrao Galvankar, they were doing Kozhagiri Purnima Jagran in Mandir Samadhi Mandir. When they saw my father, they called him and told him that we are becoming very old. Now from here onwards, you have to continue this function of Kozhagiri Purnima in Shirdi Samadhi Mandir. Then onwards, still that we are performing Kozhagiri Purnima in Shirdi. After that, he was staying in town and one doctor, very well-known painter, M.D. Kamli, had a very studio nearby. He painted Baba's painting and that painting was kept in his studio. In dream, Baba told him, you have painted this painting, but gave it to some of the one doctor nearby, hand it over to him. Accordingly, he came to my father's dispensary and told my father, doctor, I had made this painting, I wanted to give it to you. Father told that, I am not sure that much I have money to offer you. I can't take this photograph, the painting, because I can't spend for that. Then he again went away and said, no doctor, I don't want to take any money from you. Since Baba has ordered me to give it to you, that's why I came here and I am going to hand it over to you. Father kept that painting in a dispensary as it is. After 7 or 8 days, he came to know, that painter came back again in this clinic and saw that painting is still there without any frame. Father thought that painter may come again and he took that frame together. Then he told to my father, doctor, I don't want this painting. Since Baba has ordered, you can make the frame and you can take it to you. So that's why, in this way, that painting came in our house.
So Gavankar ji, Anna Sai was staying in the Kurla home.
No, not that na Kurla.
Where was he staying?
He was staying in Parel area, in a town, city town.
Okay.
In Kurla, one thing is there about that Kurla is that my father's guru was Dr. Trambak Saman. He was Ganesh devotee. He had been to Sai Baba. When Sai Baba was there in Shirdi, Sai Baba, he took 2 rupees dakshina from Sai Baba and told Sai Baba that I will send one boy to you, you have to teach him. That thing happened before Baba's Samadhi. When my father was staying in town, one day in his dream, Sai Baba came and told him that I am in Kurla, a very suburb near the Bombay city at that time. So father started going to Kurla in search of Sai Baba Mandir or any Sai devotee is staying in Kurla or not. He went there twice, but there was no Sai Mandir and no Sai devotee also. Again, on third time, he went there along with Mr. Matsurekar, and they were in search of Sai Mandir and Sai devotee. They couldn't find out. But last, Matsurekar told my father, Doctor, one saintly person is staying in front of this chal. We'll go there, we will have his darshan. So they went there to have a darshan of that saint. As soon as my father entered in that his room, that Bhau Maharaj, Trambak Saman said, Are, tuja Sai Baba itech hai. He said that your Sai Baba is here. And then he said, you see Sai Baba in me. And accordingly he gave Bija Mantra to my father, and my father used to come to for his seva every Saturday, Sunday in Kurla. At that time he told that you are coming from Kurla for my seva. Instead of coming from down, you take to this residence in nearby only. And accordingly my father came to Kurla for a to reside in Kurla.
Yeah. So now we'll go to Abdul Baba. Now that reminds me how Anna Sahib Gavankar Guruji was sent to here. You know, Abdul Baba came to Shirdi in 1889, very before even Chandrokar ji came. And how he came, he was in Nanded. He has a guru, Fakir Amruddin, he was there in Nanded. Baba came in, similarly exactly what Gavankar said, Baba came in his Fakir's dream and said, give Abdul Baba 2 mangoes and send him here. And when Abdul Baba, then his guru said, now go, ab tumhare wo. And he went there, and you would have read it somewhere that when Baba saw Abdul Baba, he said, "Aao mera kaua aa gaya." Okay? So you will see a lot of these similar patterns in Baba's thing. You know, like I said, we'll hear about Nirvan, how Baba bring devotees to himself. So that's why I want to connect. So go ahead.
When the photo came in our house, father decided to perform Sai Baba Punyatiti. And during that time, Sai Baba came in his dream and told him that Bhikshechi Bhakar Lai God. And the Bhakar prepared by begging alms is very nice. So accordingly, my father went nearby some residences, उन्होंने भिक्षा लिया, he begged alms and prepared a Bhiksha Bhakar. For that Bhiksha Bhakar, very well-known personalities used to come to have that prasad. There onwards, we are preparing that Pitla Bhakar on Punyatiti day.
So why don't we talk about when Anna Sahib used to go to Shirdi, he will always stay with Shama. So what all the interactions used to happen between Shama and Anna Sahib?
Whenever my father used to go to Shirdi, he used to stay at Shama's residence, and he used to hear Baba's Leelas from Shama's mouth. There were other also side devotees who were with the Baba, and he heard many of his Leelas from their mouth, and then he wrote the book on that. One day, when he was with Shama, Shama started crying in front of my father and told my father, Doctor, we were staying with the God, but I abused him. I threw some stone also him. We could not realize that God is staying with us, and he started crying. That is the thing.
Right. So how old were you when Anna Sai, during Anna Sai time. How old were you?
No, I was born in 1949. And I know the other thing that in 1954, Baba had come to our place that I remember also. This happened because of my father's devotion towards Baba. At that time, there were news coming in newspapers that Sai Baba had appeared in somebody's house, Baba Tudi had appeared in somebody's house. Father used to read all these stories. And he said up to Sai Baba, Baba, I am so much devoted to you. Why you are not coming to our place, or why you are not talking to me? At least talk to me in dream. That my father used to say. At that time, it was happened that there was they went to Shirdi in 1954 in January month. That is Makar Sankranti time. My mother prepared laddus, and he gave only 5 laddus to my father to offer at the Baba's Samadhi. Along with my elder sister and Mr. Inspector Manke from Kurla police station accompanied my father, and they went to Shirdi. When they went to Shirdi, during the journey, out of 5 laddus, my elder sister ate 2 laddus and 3 were remaining. So father kept that 3 laddus on the Samadhi, and he started having 21 Atharva Shirsh, Ganpati Atharva Shirsh Abhishek on the Samadhi. After completing this Abhishek, he prayed Baba, Baba, I don't want anything from you, like bangla, no money, no car, but I want to hear from your mouth that you are mine. Just he prayed to Baba that I don't want anything, but I want to hear from your mouth that you are mine. He prayed like that, and they came to Kurla again. After 3 days, such thing happened. One fakir came in our balcony and started shouting, Doctor, Doctor, Doctor. It was 10:30. My father opened the door, and one fakir was standing in front of that door. He started, I am very much hungry. Feed me, otherwise I will go. Father said, calm down. I prepare the chapati and chutney. Till then you wait there outside. He didn't come inside, but he sat in the front of the balcony. And he started. That incident has been written in the book. Whole night he was there, and he first initially started.
This is the book that we were talking of. It's translated into English. So yeah, Tamil and Telugu is also available. Yeah. Okay, keep. And this is the picture. This house has been demolished, but this is where he is standing and positioning where Baba actually was sitting. The fakir was sitting. It's a very touching story, but it's mentioned very in detail. But we'll talk in short. Yeah, go ahead.
This is a tile where Baba sat. When that old child was demolished, I went there and took that tile from the building and took to my place. That is the one thing. When whole night that Sai Baba was sitting in front of us, he started to saying that I saw you in Shirdi. I ate laddus, but I got only 3 laddus. My mother is Dwarka Mai. She said, since you ate the laddus, go there and talk to him. That's why I came here. From that, all this thing has been written in a letter addressed to Mr. Anna Sahib Kamat, a saintly person from Goa. And there were many things written in that letter. See, one thing is there that my father had 2 rings in his hand. One was Shani's ring and other was Baba's ring. While talking that fakir, he said, remove it, remove it. Father couldn't understand what to remove. Then after 15 or 30 minutes, again he shouted, remove it. Then father removed the Shani's anguti and kept Baba's anguti in his finger. He said, remove Baba's anguti. Baba क्या खिलौने हाथ में डालने के लिए? Kept is here. So this is the Baba's place. We are using Baba's anguti and in the ring, but because whenever you go somewhere, test it, it becomes very, what do you call, pious नहीं होता, पवित्र नहीं होता है. So my father removed the Baba's anguti and kept Shani's anguti. That is the thing he said. So whenever you go to Shirdi, don't put anguti in your hand. Instead, you put Baba's locket in the nearby of your heart. All we are sitting there, my younger brother had fever. He asked, what happened to him? The another person said, he is running a fever. He's running fever. Our medicine is Udi. And then he gave Udi to my younger brother and finished it off. Then he asked, what is your name? The other person said, my name is Madhu. What is your name? My name is Dinu. You have got names. I don't have name. My mother has not did my naming ceremony. He said, my mother has not didn't do any naming ceremony. I don't have any name, but you are having names. Then he said, then there are so many things written in that book. What Baba said in front of us. In the morning, about 5 o'clock, my father was sitting in his mandir and having jap. And all of us sitting around him, he told to my brother, he's chanting my name inside. He's chanting my name. And he was sitting. Before that also, about 10, 12 o'clock, he went down. He went down for 10 minutes and again came up. And then said, I had been to somebody, and at that time, one thing is there, when my mother prepared chapatis and chutney, and that were kept in front of him, he made 4 quarters of each chapati, put dudi from there, and gave everybody that prasad. My father said, Baba, you are not eating it. He said, first you ate, my belly gets full. So we ate that, then he drank water without eating any chapati and gave a belching, dakar. See, you ate, my belly gets full. That's happened in front of us. Another thing is there, I don't remember immediately.
So this happened, this fakir, Baba this happened throughout the night. So he came there and until the next morning. So what happened in the morning when Anna Sai was doing jab, then he came out.
Yeah.
And then what happened then?
And he was sitting like that in this position that I remember. I was sitting nearby only and he was sitting like this position. He had a green this cloth on his charan, and he had a very Bhagwa, what you call, orange, this kapra on his body. In the morning when my father came from his this room, mandir, and he took a darshan of Baba, he started to bow down in front of Baba and to have he started to touch his feet. Then my father touched his feet, and then he went away about 10 to 15 minutes, 15 steps, and he removed his parda from his face, and my father said, Arey, Sai Baba. And he started running behind him, but he got down and disappeared. Place, they had a dream, and in dream Baba told, I had been to Dr. Gavankar, and they came to my father's place. Doctor, what happened? He said, we had a fakir at night, whole night he was sitting here. Well, we came to know in a dream. Baba told him that he had been to this place. This happened. Another thing is that about installation of the Baba's Murti. At that time, my father was president of the Samsthan, and the Murti was given to Talim. In 1954, I remember, I had been, when I was 5 years old, I had been to Talim Murti. I came to know only after 15 years when Mr. Kakaria from Delhi came to Mumbai and to have he wanted to go to that Talim studio. I took him to Talim studio, and when I went there, I saw the number of birds, Nehru bird, Gandhi bird, Tilak birds. Then I remember when I was 5 years old, I had been in this studio. I remember after 15 years I came to know, 15 years back, and then I realized that my father had a dispensary about 3 to 5 kilometers from that Gantor area, and he used to go to watch how the work is going on. One day Talim asked him, Doctor, everything is finished. I want to prepare his face, make face of the Sai Baba. You have seen Sai Baba, and there are 2 features, one nose and eyes. They are main features of the face. Just inform me how Baba was looking. My father said, but Talimji, I was just 12 years old, I don't remember it. And in this few days, he got darshan, Talim got darshan, he saw the Baba's face in front of him, and he came to know Baba's nose was, how Baba's nose was there and how Baba's eyes were there. and he prepared the final, gave the final touch to that murti. And when my father used to go there daily, then Talim told my father, such a thing happened in the studio. Father said, Talim brought immediately, bring the arti and do the arti in front of this murti, because Baba had given darshan in the studio. And the first arti was performed in the studio. We had a photo, I don't have just now, but I have seen that photo, Talim and father doing arti of that murti. That I have seen.
Very nice, very nice. So Gavankaji, let's talk about the last moment of Anna Sai.
My father, about 77 or 79 years old, we were staying together in that child system, about 3 double rooms. We had the dispensary, in the middle there was Baba's photo, and third room was as a hall. On Sunday night, we came from outside, we had a dinner together. And after dinner, my father went for WC. While coming, he had some problem, he fell down. I went immediately, I took him and brought him on a bed. Then I gave one injection also. Next day, it was Monday, I called physician, Dr. Argekar, and told him that, doctor, my father is not having something, problem is there. And because that Argekar used to come to that, my father having some spiritual experiences. He saw, examined my father, and told me that he is having asthmatic attack. Don't worry, I am giving a line of treatment, give it to him, and accordingly I was giving him the line of treatment. On Monday I gave the medicine, Tuesday I gave the medicine, Wednesday again morning doctor came just to re-examine my father. He re-examined my father and he said, no, he is much improved. Till that time also he is under ESI scheme. He was a panel doctor, my father was a panel doctor on ESI scheme. Everything was doing by me, but only he was signing. Till then, last he was signing on that insurance papers also. On Wednesday, he became a little bit final. On Thursday, early in the morning, we were 7 brothers and 2 sisters. At about 5:30 or something like that, he was in delirium. He was talking irrelevant things. My mother came to me, he woke me up and said, see, come here. Father is talking very irrelevant things. I went there, I saw my father. He was standing and talking some irrelevant things. That Bhai has come. Bhai means my elder brother. He was in Kuwait at that time. He has come. He is there. So I told my mother, something has been medicine. Let him sleep. He will get all right. Again, during the afternoon, about 11:30, I was in a dispensary, and in the middle room, my father was there. Again, he started saying some irrelevant things. My mother called me again. I went inside, I saw that father sitting on the bed and talking some irrelevant things. I called Dr. Argekar immediately, doctor, come immediately. So he closed his consulting room and came to our place. My father was sitting in the bed like that. I was sitting on the corner of the bed and doctor was sitting in front of us. Doctor, actually I am seeing, there are 7 layers. He asked me my bija mantra. These are the sentences from my father's mouth. He asked me my bija mantra. He asked me some stories from Puranas. And he said, to doctor, Baba is preparing my house. The doctor called me outside and said, these are the spiritual person. We can't say anything about him. Just to make arrangement for the oxygen. And then doctor went away. I told my other sisters that such a thing there. So they came in the Kurla residence. It was on Guruvar then, Thursday, and we were sitting around him. And all were the grandchildren, we were talking with him. Then he told my mother, see whether dhoti is there or not. So she said, yes, there are 2 dhotis. So 2, my brother-in-law were also there at that time. He told that, bring that. Gave it to them. That we gave it to son-in-laws. For next month is Adhik Mas. That is, there is a custom that we used to give some Adhik Mas to son-in-laws. And that dhoti were given and all went away. Next day was Friday. I told him, Doctor, Anna, you want to some picture on video? Then he saw one picture also on video. Saturday was Ashadi Ekadashi day. From 12 years on Kojagiri day, Shirdi Samsthan Mandir में She had done the kirtan for 12 years. She came from Ghatkopar in our house. She told my father, today is Ashadhi Ekadashi, I wanted to take a darshan. My father said, your Vithoba is here. Your Vithoba is here. In the afternoon, my elder sister-in-law came from Pune to see my father. She told my father, Anna, Pune's environment is very good. You will feel better. You come to my place in Pune. He said, my Bangla is prepared. Nobody came to know why he is talking like my Bangla is prepared. In the evening, there was one sentence, Jaya Mane Jaisa Bhav Taya Taisa Anubhav. He pointed out that immediately. Always remember this. Jaya Mane Jaisa Bhav Taya Taisa Anubhav. That means we should have very good thinking in our mind. There should not be any bad thing in our mind because you will going to suffer like that only. That he pointed out. And all were sitting. It was Ashadhi Ekadashi day. My other members were sitting. And he pointed out, see, Varkaris are there. We started laughing. How he said, see, Varkaris are there, standing there. Then he told, next day there is a Guru Purnima, bring laddus and give laddus to each and every devotee. And give them food, feed them. See whether rice is there in house or not. Otherwise, I take my money from them, bring them any rice or laddu for the function. That I heard that Varkaris are there. Then again at about 8:30 everybody went away. I went to my other dispensary in between 9 and 9:15. He had just one cloth on his body. He stood up, had a urination urine pot. He left that cloth also, and there was no cloth on his body before going heavenly. So as body came, as body went. That I have observed. There was no cloth on him before going. And at the same time, my elder brother was in Kuwait. They were talking to each other. There was a phone, my brother said, there was a phone. My brother realized something has been there. He told that the bad news is there. Something bad news is there. And then he came to know the father has gone. Immediately, my younger brother was in Baghdad. And in his room, there was a calendar of Ganpati. At that time, calendar of Ganpati fell down. So he also had some shock. What happened? So those things, because my father's Guru was Ganesha Bhakta. My father's Guru was Ganesha Bhakta. One incident I will tell, when that my father was in Pune and Dr. Arvikar had one consulting room. He had a very new consulting room. He wanted to have my father to visit consulting room to give Ashirwad. So after that, father came from Pune. He came to our place. I myself and my father and he went to his just nearby his consulting room. He had arrangement there. He allowed my father to sit in his room, and there were 3-4 photos. One was Ganesh photo, one was his Guru's photo, and another was Hanuman photo. And Sai Baba's photo was inside. And he kept one flowers each and every this photo and murti. And when father was sitting like this, he saw. And the flower from Ganpati fell down. I have seen this. Flower of Ganpati fell down. He told Dr. take that flower. He took the lump, gave in his hand and told him, now my work is over. Don't worry. That will happen in front of me. Another thing is there happened that I have experienced that during festival of Punyatiti, there was huge crowd coming to our place. There were so many musicians, singers. One Punyatiti, Mr. Panchal, who was assisting Mr. well-known singer, Marathi medium, Marathi picture singer. I don't take his name. Panchal told my father, Dr. Anna, I will bring him on that day for this Sangeet. Father said, okay, don't worry, you can bring him. Accordingly, we put his name in that patrika, that such and such finger is coming for giving his devotional songs. At 8 o'clock, I received a call from him. Who is doctor? I am so and so singer. How you did printed my name in the patrika without asking me? I said, we were not knowing, but your assistant who were with tabla told us that we will bring him also. That's why I put them. There are so many singers come to give us their kala to in front of darbar. Accordingly, we put that your name. Sai Baba is you only what? I said sorry. I told my father. Father told put it that telephone, and then I kept that telephone. And then whole day that function was going on. You must be knowing one very saintly person, Gulab Baba from Nagpur side. He used to visit our place. He had called my father also. Whenever he used to come in Mumbai, he used to call my father, Mumbai ta Sai Baba. Mumbai ta Sai Baba. So, once he came to Bandra in government colony, and my father got message that I had come here, come to see me. So accordingly, my father, along with 2-3 persons, went there in Bandra. Gulab Baba was sitting there. He asked my father, come sit here only. And so many people were sitting in front of me. In that this crowd, one singer was there who refused to come to our house. He was sitting there. He asked Gulab Baba, Baba, I want to give my singing in front of you. Gulab Baba said, don't ask me. Take his permission. Take his permission. If he allows, then you can sing. Then he came to know who was Dr. Annasaheb Gavankar. And he came to know that this only, I refused to go to his place. Next day, after 6 months, there was this Punyadivsa was there. Without inviting, he came there in our house at about 8:30, 9 o'clock. He came and sat there. Doctor, I want to give my seva in front of Baba. My father told him, there is a list of so many singers. When you get time, you can sit. At 1:30 night, he sat to give his singing. At that time, I seen there was boycott on his singing profession. There was some conflict going on in Mangeshkar family and him. So Mangeshkar family told, boycott this, don't give any work for this singer. And he was like that only. My father, while singing, my father stood up from his seat, went to Baba's photo, took one flower, and came back, take this flower, everything will be over. And then after that, all will go, he was very nice. One thing happened, no? After some years, when his daughter was learning dancing, when she finished dancing, asked her, come here, first give your service in this house, Sai Baba Darwa, and then go to there. That I know, it happened in front of me. There are so many things because of my father's devotion. Another thing is there, now I will tell about Dev Baba. Just now that you saw Bhupare Mandir. You saw the Bhupare Mandir, and that
so Dev Baba is the grandson of Hemant Pant. Okay, that's what he's talking of.
Dev Baba is grandson of Hemant Pant, daughter's son. He was born in 1918. When he was in mother's womb, doctor told that to Hemant Pant, there will be a problem. She had some mental problem at that time. Doctor told that Hemant Pant, something will happen. Either one of will survive, one of will go. Hemant Pant took his daughter to Shirdi and told Baba, Baba, doctor has said like this. What will happen? Baba said, don't worry, my son is coming. Baba told, my son is coming. Then she delivered on Gudi Padwa, that is this year, that is April, on 13th April 1918. As soon as she delivered, mother threw the child, his Baba's son, I won't feed him, because she had some mental problems. So everybody got worried. and he had very good aura about his face. Then at the same time, when Mehmad Panta took this Deva Baba to Shirdi and told Baba, his mother is not going to feed him. What will happen? Baba said, don't worry. Baba kept him on his lap, put his thumb in the mouth, I will feed him. And Baba took Samadhi, and after I came in his contact, after my marriage, my wife used to go visit him at Ambarnath. And from there onwards, every month we used to go to Ambarnath for his darshan. I learned many things and many advices I got from him. And so many things is that my father was very devoted person. He had a devotion. He had a bhakti. You know, but you must do bhakti through a gyan. You must have gyan. How we are going to get something? And that gyan I got from Deva Baba. I saw many miracles from him, so many miracles. I had been to him, with him 4 times in Haridwar for 15 days. 4 times in Haridwar for 15 days. One I saw, that is I have seen, there were 2 halls. In one hall 8 to 9 members, in another 8 to 9 members used to sleep. In one hall where Baba was sitting, Deva Baba was sleeping. In the same hall I was also sleeping. Round about 12, something like 2 o'clock, I woke up. I thought that something, I had a thought, what Baba is doing. I turned. Baba was sleeping like on the bed, and there I saw one flame in the nostril. I don't know, this is not possible. How it is possible that there is a flame on his nostril? Because I thought something is coming from the window and I am getting that this flame. But it was a flame in the flame nostril because he was doing the sadhana of his breathing. That is, he was doing Kriya Yoga here, and he had performed, he had experienced. Once because when I started going to him, he asked me, doctor, anything, doctor, you have got something from your father regarding this spiritual line? I said, no, nothing. Yes, slate is empty. His sentence was there, your slate is empty. There were no preconceived thoughts in my mind. Then he said, doctor, if you get food, don't get food for whole day, what will happen to you? I will say, Baba, I will stay without food for so many hours for a whole day. Okay. If you won't get water for so many hours, what will happen? I told him, I will stay without water for so many hours, nothing will happen to me. Okay. Now, close your nostrils. What is going to happen? I told him, Baba, I will not stay not more than 2 or 3 minutes. Understood? Understood that breathe is your Sai Baba. Sai Baba through breathe is working in your body. You have to concentrate on the breathe. As long as the breath is there, you and man there. When he went away, 4 people will took away. And he said, I have experienced this, I have done everything. I have did Parayan, I have did Havan, I have did Puja also, everything I have performed. And at the last, I am telling that do only this sadhana at Brahma Murta of meditation only. Everything is there, you will get everything. You will get experience, because that is my experience. I came because of this Kriya Yoga, or that is Brahma Murta sadhana. Then this is about the sadhana, and he has told us also, generally people say, do Namasmaran, Namasmaran, Namasmaran. But what happens during Namasmaran in body, nobody is going to tell you that I will tell you what happens in your body while doing Namasmaran, because I have experience and I am telling this thing. He was so very powerful person. And actually I came to know then Baba said that my brother, this son is coming. That really he was Baba's son only. Because so many things I have seen, I have experienced from him only. Very, very simple things he explained us. One thing what happened during this experience that my compounder developed his residence and spent so many money on his residence. There were no money for him to have Vastu Puja. He came to me and told me, Doctor, I want to perform Vastu Puja, but I don't have money. How Vastu Puja should perform? I told him, I am going to Ambarnath. I will tell Baba. Whatever Baba tells, I will tell you. I went to Baba and told him, Baba, he wanted to do Vastu Puja. How he should perform? But Deva Baba said, Doctor, this body is your Vastu. Yes, each and every body is Vastu. In Vastu there is Agni. Yes, every Vastu there is Agni, Jatragni is there. Ask him, call many people, residential, surrounding people, ask him to feed them. Ask him to feed them. While feeding, he will get good result from that. By spending dakshina, he won't get anything. The same Baba used to tell, feed the needy person. We are spending like that, but when you feed the Atma gets shantata, and he, जो ये देता है, वरदान देता है, उसको लाभ हो जाता है.
Very nice. So Gavanka ji, very nice. Let's talk about, we showed devotees Bhivpuri Mandir. Let's talk about by the way, the dhuni that you saw, right, that was lit by Dev Baba. So let's talk about the Parayan.
Yeah. So dhuni was lit, prepared by Dev Baba. Dev has done Parayan of Sai Chaitanya during that Sai Baba Mandir at Bhivpuri in before 1940 or something, that year only. Once he did the Parayan, there were no people at that time also. After completing the Parayan, he asked that Brahmin or Guruji, now prepare the prasad. Today is the last day of Parayan. And the Mandir Guruji prepared the prasad. Having Arti, one person came inside in farmer form and he stood nearby my Deva where Deva was standing. Deva came to know somebody has come. And he was enthusiastic how he has come inside. That Brahmin gave the flowers before Mantra Pushpanjali to that farmer and to Deva Baba. Deva was watching what that farmer is doing. After completing that, Guruji put that flowers in front of Baba's murti. That person who was standing nearby Deva Baba put that flowers on his leg, not in the murti. On his leg he put that flowers. Deva Baba saw. Immediately took the namaskar of that Baba is there. He did not put that flower in Baba's murti, but on his leg. And he bowed down there, and he went away. Then the Guruji asked me, Baba, what happened? You don't know? Baba had come. How? While doing Marti, you closed the door. That is, remember? Yes, I closed the door. Who were there? Who two people were there? How third person came inside? How can it? Because of Sai Baba was there, he put that flowers on the Charan Kamal. That was the thing that happened in his life. That Baba's, the Dhuni at Bhivpuri Road also was lit by Deva Baba only. There are so many experiences. Even my father, because of devotion, and my Deva Baba Gyan, I saw both the devotees or both the Sai Bhakta. One went through Bhakti and one went through Jnana Marga, that through the sadhana. Even I remember my father used to sit in the Brahma Murta during that time. From childhood I used to see. He used to come from dispensary, he used to take fruit salt, fruit salt. I used to sit around him because there was effervescent. He used to give, what is this, what is this? Then he used to drink whole water. Next day early in the morning, 3:30, he used to go past stool and he used to sit for meditation. Very long, but because he had done that thing only. Not only Baba, but himself he has something to get.
Very nice. So all this stuff and lot of shamas things is in this book. You can get this here, right? It's from Suhashi, right? It's there. So thank you. Thank you, Gavanka ji. Very nice. And what we will do is the next one is I think when is the Aarti time here? 7:30. Okay, so we have some time. So very briefly, so what lot of effort has gone into this. Saileela team, they actually shot the video of Balaji Pillav Gurav ji. And let me tell you this thing. I will give you briefing. So Balaji Pillav Gurav, right? His, the naming convention is Balaji name. What you hear. His daughter is still here. Shalini, her house is there, right in here next to Gurustan. Pillavji was his father, and his father and mother got a dream. That's very typical of Baba. Give the dream and then pull it here. So got a dream that I am giving you this 2 annas. 2 anna मैं दे रहा हूं तुम्हें. I will give you cloth to tie this 2 anna later. Okay? And now you will see how Baba is connecting these together. So then they said, okay, Baba is giving. Then they moved to Shirdi in 1912. And Pillavji used to tabla karna. And Balaji bhi jate the. They used to like I said, they were very fortunate people. Like they were spending full days in Dwarka, playing with Baba and all that stuff. But Baba was very, was a very not angry person, but strict person, and he will bash people and all that stuff. So one day what happened? Baba came, running after Pillavji with the brick. अभी ठहर तेरे को मैं मारता हूँ तेरे को यहीं मैं घुसार दूंगा तेरे को मैं. So he got very scared. He said, I am not going to sing any more or tabla in Dwarka Mai. But then Dikshit ji and Chandok said, no, this is blessing decide. But you will hear actually what he was saying was that you will not have any more generations going forward after 3rd generation. So that's what happened. And so Balaji used to play Shanai, right? And now connecting those dots, that cloth that Baba mentioned. So, when Baba took Mahasamadhi in 1918, when they gave Baba's last bath, जो बाबा का लंगोट था, the langot he was wearing, Balaji Gurav took that. And that's what is with Balaji's home, tying those 2 annas. You see? And Balaji was very, generous, right? You will see in that picture actually, and we will give you all the details, like whenever you go to Shirdi, you can actually, take the darshan of that thing. So his daughter will show you that thing, and you'll see that langot is very small, right? So because he keep distributing to all the you will see the knot in the langot is the actual knot tied by Baba. And it's very tight. There's a Baba used to wear kafni, so phati purani. Shama और ये सब शिम्पी जी सब लाते थे बाबा की काफनी, बट बाबा उसको ही पहनते रखता था एंड स्टिच करते रहता था. शामा क्या करता था? शामा जहाँ स्टिच किया वहाँ फिंगर डाल के उसको और फाड़ देता था ताकि एटलीस्ट ही विल वियर न्यू, राइट? सो वी विल सी दिस वीडियो. And after that, the really great treasure for us is hearing from Balaji Gurav directly. And I will give you the story that, Dr. Antonio, he's a professor in Italy. He actually went, as part of his thesis in 1985, he went to Shirdi. He took interviews, many interviews. Bappa Sahib, Lakshman Mamaji's son, right? We will play that audio tomorrow in Brampton's Mandir in this Sammelan, right? Mahalsa Pati's son, right? Many devotees, right? That's a treasure for us when you hear directly what Baba used to do. And you'll hear Balaji Gurav hearing, Baba ne bahut mara maar ko. You'll hear that. It's really, really fun, right? So that's what we'll hear after that. It's a long audio. We'll cut it short, but all of you guys at your leisure time connect with Akshay. He will point you the direction, okay? So let's play this.
Sai Ram. माझं नाव शालिनी शंकरराव जोगस. माझे वडील बाळा पिलाजी गुरु हे संस्थानचे पहिल्या दिवसाचे पहिले कॅशियर. बाबांच्या वेळेत बाबांच्या 7 वर्ष राहिले. जिवंत बाबांच्यावर 7 वर्ष राहिले. बरोबर 7 वर्ष राहिले. जिवंत बाबांच्यावर 7 वर्ष राहिले. बाबांची सेवा केली त्यांनी. द्वारकामाईमध्ये आमचे आजोबा आणि माझे वडील बाळाजी गुरु हे सनाई वाजवायचे. मग सनाई दररोजच सनाई वाजवायचे आरतीच्या वेळेस 12च्या. पण एक दिवस साईबाबा खूप संतापले, रागवले. वीट घेतली आणि आजोबांना म्हणले, गुरवड्या तुझ्या काय बापाचं खाल्ले मला सनाई, तू का बरं शिवाय देतो. वीट घेतली आणि उठले, पळत सुटले आजोबांच्या मागं. आजोबाला वाटलं आता मला मारणार. आजोबा पुढे पळतात, साईबाबा मागे पळतात. मग साईबाबांनी सांगितलं, थांब गुरवड्या, तुला मारत नाही, थांब. थांबले आणि असं गच्ची धरली गुंडीपाशी. तू काय समजलास, तुला इथं गाडीन आणि तुझ्या मुलाला पण इथंच गाडीन. आमच्या आजोबांना खूप भीती वाटली. आजोबा बोलले, असं का बोलले साईबाबा मला आणि माझ्या मुलाला. मग गावकरी लोकांना सांगितलं, आता मी साईबाबांच्या पुढे सनई वाजवायला जाणार नाही. असं साईबाबांनी मला खूप दम दिला. त्याचा उनगाडा मग दीक्षित वाडा इथं समोर, दीक्षित वाड्यामध्ये कमिटी आले. तिथं सगळे गावकरी लोक जमून त्याचं ते साईबाबा काय बोलतात, कोणत्या उद्देशाने बोलतात याचं ते हे करायचं. ते साईबाबांचा उद्देश चांगला होता, तुला आणि तुझ्या मुलालाच फक्त, तिसरी पिढी नाही इथं, असं सांगितलं त्याचा उद्देश. बस एवढंच होता. दीक्षितवाडा मंदिराच्या समोरच आहे. दीक्षितवाड्याने पूर्वी असं 20च लोक जेवायची, जास्त गर्दी नव्हती. आणि जेवायला ताटं पण पितळाच्या वाट्या पेले असं राहायचं. आणि दीक्षितवाड्यात म्हणजे स्वयंपाक जरी होत होता तरी कामाला लोक येतच नव्हते. मग आमची आई आहे, आमच्या आईनं दररोज मग तिथं जाऊन थोडीशी त्यांना मदत करायची. पोळ्याला तूप लावायचं, ते कधी कधी पोळ्या पण करायची. पैसे काही घेत नव्हते. आमच्या आई सेवा भरून करायची. 20 लोक जेवायचे, जास्त नाही. मग वाढता पुष्कळ वाढला. आता तर भरपूरच वाढलेलं आहे, आता काही नाही. आणि रांगोळी, दररोज रांगोळी साईबाबांच्या पुढे, द्वारकामाई, चावडीत, समाधी मंदिर, गुरुस्थान. मग त्या भजनाला मदत करायची. दर गुरुवारी औक्षण राहायचं. साईबाबांची आंघोळ झाली का मी पण तिथं मदत करायची. मी साईबाबांच्या पुढे लेझिम खेळायची. दासगुण महाराजांचं कीर्तन ऐकलं, तिथं फुगडी घालायची. दासगुण महाराज, अनंतराव आठवले, म्हणू महाराज, तुकाराम आजगावकर हे कीर्तनाला राहायचे. मी लहानपणापासूनच दासगुण महाराज स्वतः बघितलेलं आहे. आणि दासगुण महाराजांनी माझ्या वडिलांना हाका मारायची. बाळ्यात बोलायचे, बाळ्या कुठे गेला, बाळ्या आला का. मला बी आल्यावर असं पाय पडले तर नातेवाईकच आहे. आणि म्हणू महाराज हे सगळी फॅमिली त्यांची
बघितलंय. बाबांच्या टायमाचे अजून कोणा भक्तांना पाहिलंय, जसं दासगुरू महाराजांना पाहिलंय तसं अजून कोणाला पाहिलंय.
आता दासगुरू महाराजांना पाहिलं. दुसरं की हे ना अब्दुल बाबाला पाहिलेले पुस्तकात आहे ना, आता सगळ्यांना बघितलेले. तात्या कोते पाटील, आणखी त्यांचा मुलगा बाजीराव कोते पाटील बघितलेले. रामचंद्र कोते पाटील, हे आपले थांबा शेळके, गोंदकर, निवृत्ती गोंदकर.
आजी आता मला सांगा की पूर्ण सांग आम्हाला जरा.
आमचं घर दांड्या फळ्याचं, म्हणजे असं कडीपाटी घर होतं, लाकडी. आणि विटाचं होतं बांधकाम. खाली असं जमीन सारवायची होती. आणि दारापुढे लिंबाचं झाड होतं, मोठं झाड होतं. मी त्याला झोका बांधायची छान नाडाचा मस्त. आणि सगळे गावाच्या बाया बी रात्री अशा झोका खेळायला यायच्या आमच्या दारापुढं. आमच्या वडिलांनी म्हणायचं जाऊ दे खेळून. नाही ते नाही, आमच्या दारापुढे हे दारापुढचं झाड होतं, हे नाही, साईबाबांचं नाही. आणि आमच्या घरात तिथं कोपऱ्यावर उभे राहायचे. तिथूनच मग लिंडी बागेमध्ये जायचे ते. तिथं एक फेरी मारली का तिथं कोपऱ्यावर उभे राहायचे दररोज. आणि मग ते लिंडी बागेमध्ये जायचे 10 वाजता इथून मग दारावरच जायचे आमच्या. मग गेले सगळे लोक राहायचे ते बरोबर ते सगळे बाहेर उभे राहायचे आणि साईबाबा फक्त आतमध्ये राहायचे दिंडी मागे. वाटायला. आणि माझे वडील गुरु इथं आम्हाला सोमवारचा दिवस दिला होता साईबाबांचा अभिषेक करायला. त्यावेळेस माझं लग्न पण नव्हतं झालेलं. मग माझे वडील म्हणायचे पर तू एकटी बैस. माझ्या वडिलांनी मग सांगायचं तेव्हा ते लाकडी पाठ होते. मग मी अभिषेक करायला बसायची. बाबांना फोटोला हार घालायची. त्या मूर्ती नव्हती, मूर्ती नंतर आलेली. आणि मग काही दिवसांना माझं बी लग्न झालं. मग आम्ही बसायचो. त्या मूर्ती आलेली होती. मग आम्ही दोघं बसायचे अभिषेक करायचा. मूर्तीला हार घातला. ही मूर्ती आहे ना आता सध्या, हिला मी हात लावून हार घातला आणि दर्शन घेतलं. दर गुरुवारी आम्ही ओवाळ्याला जायचे माझ्या आईबरोबर मी औक्षण करायला. मग तेव्हा माझं दर्शन व्हायचं. दररोज प्रसाद वाटायला मी समाधीवर भरून प्रसाद वाटायचे. मला खूप परवानगी दिली साईबाबांनी. खूप चांगलं केलं माझं. आणि आरती फिरवायची. पहाटी गंगाळा पाणी टाकायचं आंघोळीला बाबांच्या गाळून. तिथं बादल्याच्या चांदीचे भांडे घासायचे, फरशी पुसून घ्यायची. खूप सेवा केलेली मी. आणि आता मी पण जाईल. माझे वडील संस्थानचे कॅशियर होते आणि पगार पण ते सगळं संस्थान बघत होते. इथं ऑफिस बिफिस काहीच नव्हतं. त्यांनी स्वतः सगळं बघितलेलं एकट्यानेच. नंतर हे ऑफिस झाले, हे झाले. आता काहीच नाही. आता माझ्या वडिलांनी खूप चांगलं कामं केलेली आहेत. आमचे वडील सनई वाजवायचे आणि आमच्या आजोबा संभाळ वाजवायचे. एकदम सूर धरायचे. असे 3 जण आमच्याच घरातले होते. आणि दासगुण महाराजांच्या बरोबर कीर्तनाला पेटी वाजवायला माझे वडील होते. पण 2 महिने त्यांच्याबरोबर राहिले. दासगुण महाराजांच्या बरोबर नागपूरला बुटींच्या घरी, बुटींच्या घरी राहिले. आमच्या आजीला स्वप्न पडलं. स्वप्नातच 8 आणे दिले. आणि नंतर आजी म्हणे 8 आणे दिले, याला बांधायला आम्हाला काही द्या ना. तर ते म्हणे नंतर देतो म्हणल्यावर मग विजयदशमीला साईबाबा वारलेत. मग ते कपडा गिपडा फेकून दिलेला तो आमच्या वडिलांनी घेतला, आणला. तर तोच कपडा आम्हाला मिळालेला आहे. हा कपडा तुला दिला असं सांगितलं बाबांनी. तर ते बाबा गेल्यानंतर तो लंगोट बंद काढून फेकला आणि तो आमच्या वडिलांनी ते आणला, पूजाला ठेवलं. तोच लंगोट बंद बाबांनी दिला.
जे बाबांनी देह सोडला 15 ऑक्टोबरला, त्यानंतर दुसऱ्या दिवशी जे शेवटची आंघोळ झाली त्यावेळी बाबांनी घातलेली लंगोट, ती लंगोट आता तुझ्याकडे आहे?
माझ्याकडे.
अच्छा, ते आम्हाला जरा भक्तांना सर्वांना दाखवू का ती लंगोट?
दाखवा. सगळ्यांना दिली वाटून. लय मोठा होता लंगोट.
Audio part, and you will see there Balaji Guru has mentioned about the daily routine of the Baba. You know, Baba used to get up very early, 5 a.m. and Lendi Bagh, going to Lendi Bagh was his routine. You will hear from him, he will go in the morning as well as at 2 p.m. And what he does there, it was a mystery, because when he goes into Lendi Bagh, there's a gate. When you go there, Abdul Baba will come with him, nobody else will come here. And what he does, on the Nanda Deep, he will throw water in all the directions, and he will talk to Drivya, do hands like this, right? That's what actually you will now hear from there. And she's showing where is her house is right opposite Guru San. So we can stop it in the interest of time, Akshay.
हेच ते लिंबाचं झाड इथं बाबा बसायचे.
Yeah, there's a video, you can watch this at your later time. So you'll see in this, what you're going to see, there are Dr. Antonio, he's a professor, from Italy, who took actually the audio interviews in his Walkman, right, that time. He got, because, at that time, it's 1980, most of the people in the village spoke only Marathi. So he got one interpreter, and, we have reviewed, your fellow devotees have reviewed those audio interviews and does translations again. And that's what we did this in this video. On the top left is Kaki, what you saw, right, Shalini ji? That's Dr. Antonio from Italy. Dr. Ashutosh, he's also a good Baba's thing. And we will not play the entire audio. There's a lot of stuff, but key the things I have translated. In between we'll start playing. Okay.
So I think we have been doing with Baba's grace a lot of sessions, but I think starting this Saturday, Baba has taken us to a next level, because what we used to do is always we will call Baba's, the devotees who used to live with Baba and their descendants, and then we will hear from them and feel blessed, right? We will be very happy. I think what Baba has said, okay, enough of that. Now we have given you a treasure that you hear from those devotees directly. So, and I think this has all happened because, I don't know, we will get to know more from our guest for this evening, Dr. Antonio, who has signed in from Italy, and I will let him speak. But what we have found is, through one of your fellow devotees who hosted a session with Dr. Antonio Jayashri ji, and we have found actually the audio interviews that he did back in 1985, 20 plus years back, with some key devotees who were really matured at the time when Baba took Mahasamadhi, right? We are not talking of like, if the devotees are 4 years old or 5 years, like Anna Sahib Gavankar ji, because you are too small to remember, but you do have a memory and you are blessed to be in the presence of Baba. But we are talking of several devotees who have been very 30 years, 20 years at the time of Baba's Madhi, meaning 1918. And that happened just because of Dr. Antonio. And today, the speaker, what we are going to hear is from Balaji Pilap Gurav, right? We have had this session before also, and we heard from Kaki, जो कि अभी शिरडी से हैं, उनकी granddaughter है साथ में बालिका. And then we also have our permanent member of this session, Dr. Ashutosh ji, Dikshit Foundation से, जो कि he will also touch upon some of the key issues. So without any ado, I will hand it over to Dr. Antonio. Dr. Antonio, very briefly, tell us about how this all happened, and then we will directly move into the audio interview.
Great. Thanks a lot to everyone. Sai Ram to everybody. Sai Ram from Italy, from Venice. It all happened like this, that in the early 1980s, I was much into Indian religions, and I had to prepare for my BA thesis. And one of my professors suggested to me in 1982, 83, that I should focus on the greatest saint of India, that is Sai Baba. And so I, with great enthusiasm, I started reading and studying everything I could find on Shirdi Sai, basically in English and also in other languages. At the time I was studying Hindi in university, but my knowledge of Hindi was very low. But still I had the help of some Indian friends, especially their Hindi reader in my university, Mahesh Jaiswal, and also other Indian friends who helped me a lot, both in Italy and then when I decided to come to India, because my professor advised me that in order to work on my thesis, I should do some field research in Shirdi and try to meet old villagers who might still be alive and tell me about the life and teachings of Sai Baba. And so I prepared very meticulously for this trip. I had arranged all possible questions I wanted to ask the people, although I didn't know anything really because I had never been to Shirdi before. But again, I was very much helped and blessed by some Indian friends, especially the Agrawal family from Bombay, who helped me a lot and also took me to Shirdi, and they were really instrumental for me in meeting the right people in Shirdi, in the Sansthan, and also find some good interpreters. So basically what I did, I was in Shirdi in October '85 during the Punyatiti celebrations. I was in Shirdi for about 15 days, and every day from morning till evening I would go from house to house in Shirdi with a local interpreter that would translate for me from Marathi into English, and we would go visit these old people that knew Shirdi Sai. So I remember the first person I met was Uddhav Madhavrao Deshpande, and we had a beautiful conversation in his house. And we proceeded this way every day, trying to meet all possible people that might tell us about Shirdi Sai and that could narrate to us various episodes, leelas, happenings, habits of Shirdi Sai, stories, or whatever they thought to be important. In fact, after all, what was most important was to hear their voices and hear what they wished to tell me that they thought would be important. So for me, it was a great blessing, and I found wonderful people. Everybody was very, very helpful in Shirdi, in the Sansthan, and all the old villagers I met, their families, were all very helpful and very extremely nice to me. So I was really blessed, and I took these interviews on tapes back in 1985, and for many, many years I had them in my desk. And finally I decided that it was my duty to have these audios heard by everyone, and so I took pains to have them on CD-ROMs and then make a publication out of it, and also have these audio recordings for free so that anybody can listen to them. And so back in 2 years ago, even less, I was able to publish this book of my field research in Shirdi back in October 1985, which is titled Oral Testimonies on Sai Baba. And I was also able to publish these audio recordings so that everybody can listen to them and appreciate what these old villagers told me. So you have both the written version and the oral version of their voice.
To translate, and the final is the Balaji Pilogura. So with that, I'm gonna start sharing this audio interview. Okay, please bear with me, guys.
Balaji Pidaji Guru. I see. How many years old? आप कितना वय वाले अभी? अभी 90. 90 years old. 90 years old. नवातान. हमारी उम्र 20 वर्ष की थी. 20 वर्ष की. हमारी उम्र 20 वर्ष की थी बाबा गए. अच्छा. When you was in 20. years of old, Baba takes samadhi.
He was 20 years old, Sai Baba.
बाबा 1968 से गए 1968 से बाबा गए उनको सेवक का स्नान डाल दे बाबा को सेवक का स्नान डाल दे
अच्छा किती दिवस नंतर ताबडतोब झाले अच्छा अच्छा
तो वो लंगोटी और कोट जरा छोड़ के रखा जो ना नवा पे ना वो हमने इसका दक्षिण से उठा के लाए भक्त लोगों को बताते
अच्छा.
So here he's saying, Balaji Guru is saying that when he had association of 6 years, and then when Baba took Mahasamadhi, when he was given the last path, he has that langot, and I think we have seen that langot. But Kaki, aap wo langot abhi aap hold on, I have to stop the share. But what we will do is, in the end, Kaki will share that langot with you. We have done that, and also the coin that he is talking in this audio interview. So I'll continue.
Baba has given some money, that is coin, to Dachina. Not Dachina, that is, for expensing. For expensing, yes. Given to some coin to this Bala Guru.
Ask him after.
Agreed.
Ask him in his feelings, what is the most important teaching of Sai Baba?
बाबा ते वेळी तुम्हाला 20 वर्ष होतं ना ते वेळी
बाबा का हमारा 6 वर्ष हुआ
6 साल से तुम्हाला ज्यादा परिचय हो गए
6 वर्ष
since 6 years means when he was in 20 no when he was in 14 he got a close friend with Baba.
When he was 14 years old, he became a close friend
to Baba.
Baba used to play with him.
Friend means devotee.
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 उनसे 12 साल हम यहाँ आए हाँ 12 साल हम शिरडी आए
तुमचे वडील संघात आले ना
हाँ तो जब हमारी उम्र 14 वर्ष की थी
अच्छा they came with his father. He came with his father to Shirdi in 1912.
He came with his father in 1912 to Shirdi.
Yes, that is when he was 14 years old. This Pila Guru was 14 years old.
What if?
In the interest of time, this is a long video audio. I'm sure you will have questions or any clarifications you have for Nulkarji or Gavankarji or anything. But I can tell you one thing for sure. When we did this in Shirdi, not questions about Baba kya karta tha, but you have questions in your life, like, you ask Baba, we all ask Baba, Baba, ye kya chal raha hai, ye na. Baba get those questions answered through these, things. And like Anna Sai, Dev Baba ne Baba ko dekha tha apne saath mein. I can bet you guys have seen Baba in your life, but you did not recognize him. Because Baba never leaves your devotees. Remember, you are the chosen devotees who came here. This email blast got to, so many devotees, but, very few come, like, DM Mulki or wo, kai nahi aate, not, your time was there, you came here. So if you have any other questions for Nulkarji or Gavankarji or anything, you can ask them, and because after that we have other, things to be done as part of the Mandir's routine. And all the material, Akshayji is there. Remember, we have another more 4 venues, another 3 events happening. If you have any other private satsang, you have the Baba's delegation. That's what I say. Baba's delegation is here. They are leaving back on 18th July. Okay? So with that, I'll leave it up to you guys if you have anything for any of here.
Sai Ram devotees. So I have a cordless mic with me. So if anybody has questions for Dr. Gavankar or Nulkar ji, just raise your hand and I'll come up to you. I'm at the very back right now, so I can see your hand, so I can walk up to you and bring my mic to you. Does anybody have a question for the speakers?
Sai Ram, my name is Pooja. I've read about Megha a lot in that Guru Charitra. Is anything I can hear about, or does anyone know about him?
Can you repeat this question, please?
I've read about Megha, the Shiv Bhakta.
Megha was a Gujarati person who had come, who was brought by Sathe. He was brought by Satheji. So he was working with Satheji, and Satheji, somehow or the other, both of them got together so well. Although he was working for Satheji, he felt that he should get Baba's grace. So he sent him to Baba. But Megha had previous, he used to follow God Shankara. And when he came to Shirdi, he felt that why should I bow down to a Muslim fellow? And Baba, of course, he knew everything, what he had in his mind, and he really scolded him in such a way that as if he should not stay there. So he went back, and he was sick in his own village. He came back after some time. Sathe Sahab had sent him to do service to Baba, but it was not in his mind. When he came to know, when he fell sick, he felt like going back again. So when he came back, then yes, Baba took him as his disciple. And when he was staying in Satewada, he asked him to draw a Trishul. And at the same time, in a day or two, a little later, he got a Shankar, what you call, Pindi. And that was brought by somebody. That was handed over to Megha. And then Megha used to go all round in Shirdi and do puja of all deities in Shirdi. There were small temples over there. Hanumanji, Khandaba and whatnot. Most of the deities were there. One day, Megha could not go in one of the temples, Khandaba temple. And he came back. And then, after having done the pujas of all temples, he used to come and do puja of Baba. But that day he could not get inside the Khandaba temple. He came back. Baba sent him back. He said, "You have not completed your job today." He said, "Hi, what could I do? The gate would not open. No, sorry, door, that small." He said, "Now the door is open, you go." He sent him back. He did the puja of Khandava and then came back and did that. The most, what you call, his devotional deed was, he wanted to have, he considered Baba as Shankara. And Shankara is always given Bela Patra. And second thing, he had in his mind, Baba should be given a bath of Ganga. Ganga is Godavari. Godavari was nearly 8 kilometers away from Shirdi. Early morning he went over there with a kalsi, you must be knowing, a big pot which people used to use for bringing out the water from the wells. So he took it over there, he filled the Ganga in that pot, came over, and Baba, he said, Baba was trying to avoid it. He said, no, don't worry about it, it's okay, don't. And he was insisting, no, I want to give you a bath. Baba said, okay, put little water over here. He emptied the whole pot, and only this much portion was wet of Baba. That was the best part of it. If the devotion is such, and he realized, because only so much a portion is wet, it is not anybody's job. But he had that satisfaction that yes, I have given Shankara a bath. I want to tell you one more thing which I lost in the, I'm sorry, I did not do it. Can everyone hear? Perhaps you may not have heard the name of Kushabhavu. Kushabhavu Joshi. Can you please? Huh? Kushabhavu Joshi is actually Lakshmanrao Joshi. He was a disciple of some other guru, and his guru's name was Vakratunda Maharaj. This is Vakratunda Maharaj, Guru of second one. This is Kushabhavu Joshi, Lakshmanrao Joshi. This Vakratunda Maharaj, both Guru and Shishya were something different. Vakratunda Maharaj used to start his Sashtang Namaskar. Everyone knows what is Sashtang Namaskar. From morning 5 o'clock till 12:30 in the afternoon. Whole place where he used to do the Sashtang Namaskar used to be wet with his sweat. After 12:30, he would have a big chunk of milk, and that was the end of it. And if you see his egg once again, if you don't. You can see this photograph, huge chest. He was like Hanuman. And after a certain period, this Vakratunda Maharaj took a samadhi in Ganges and sent Kushabhavu to Baba, Sai Baba in Shirdi. When Kushabhavu went to Baba, the very first meeting, he said, why have you come over here? You drowned that your guru of yours, Vakratundya. He said it in such a way that he would feel bad about his guru. If somebody talking about his guru, that Vakratundya, you put him in the Ganges and he will come over here to me. That was the very first meeting. And thereafter he stayed there for some time. And on Ekadashi day, it was the time. And one more thing I want to tell you, this Kushabhavu Joshi, he was at par of Baba. He had lot of siddhis. He was so good. He was so good. And I mean, he was at par of Baba. But something was left out. That's why he was sent to Baba. That day it was Ekadashi day. Everyone knows Ekadashi? Everyone fasts on that day. So this man, he was also fasting. And those days, that Shirdi was a very small town. He went to the bazaar nearby and thought that he would have some bananas or something. He could not get anything. The bazaar was closed. He came back. Baba was there. He wanted to have darshana and then again go do something. eat something. Baba said, why have you come now? Baba, today is Ekadashi. He said, would you have an onion? He said, Baba, today is Ekadashi, how can I have? He said, what is that? He said, if you take it, then I'll take it. If you eat it, I'll eat it. So Baba gave one onion to him, one to himself. 1, 2, 3, finished. He was all eyes watering. In the meanwhile, this was a test for people in Shirdi who were slightly started hating the Kushabho because some favors were being given to Kushabho, and they landed over there in Dwarka mine. Look at this Brahmin, he is eating the onion on Ekadashi day. So he was really annoyed. He said, Baba, you ate onion and you gave me and that's why I ate. He said, I ate onion? What nonsense. Why are you telling lies? What about that? You're telling lies? He said, Baba, you ate onion, that's why I ate. So Baba put his fingers in the mouth, and as you have seen where he was sitting from that railing, he vomited. In those days, that all what you see now, that Dwarka mine was not there, no roof or anything. It was all open area. He vomited, and everyone saw what? Sweet potato pieces lying down on the ground. Now, how a disciple should be. Kushabho put his head back, went down and ate all those pieces of sweet potato. Baba was annoyed, hit him so hard, but that was a blessing for him. He didn't utter a word, and then gave him what he wanted. And his samadhi is there in Pune, near Parvati Hill, if you know. If you happen to go there, do go and visit that. That was Kushabho Joshi and his devotion to Baba, rather Guru. Previous Guru was Vakatunda. And one more thing I want to tell you was this: if one Guru leaves you, you are bound to get another one. Don't ever forget. If your Guru takes Samadhi, some other Guru will take care of you. You must not lose that devotion. Thank you very much.
Anyone have any further questions for Nulkarji or one question there?
We have 5 minutes before we can wind up.
Yes, Namaste ji. Yeah, actually in the Sacharitra, Hamadpad Sacharitra, it was saying like Tatya Sahib Nolkar doesn't have any faith in, sages or sadhus or anybody, right? In Tatya Sahib Nolkar, your great-granddaughter, grandfather, sorry. So you in the book it says like he doesn't have any faith in them, right? He doesn't have any faith. But you said why Baba has told like that. And it was actually, the Sacharitra was written with the inspiration of Baba only, right? That's what Hamadpant said. Each and every letter was directed by Baba, not by him. So why Baba has said like that about Tatya Sahib Nolkar?
What Baba had what?
Baba, like it was written, right? Tatya Sahib Nolkar doesn't have any faith in any.
No, it was not like that.
Yeah, that's what I am asking.
I've got the proof. My grandfather, Dev Mamledar was he was the what's called editor of Saileela. When he wrote in that Saileela, the Dada Sahib did not have faith in saints or God. My grandfather was present there, and he had seen his father and Baba also. So he wrote back to Saileela and Dev Mamledar. And Tarkhad was also there, Mr. Tarkhad. that my father, whosoever has given this impression is wrong. My father had full faith in saints, and this thing, as I told you, somebody used to come to his place, he used to go and meet them. So this is wrong. And Dev Mamledar gave a reply in back, so I did not know, so also Tarkad. He sent a letter, both those letters are there, one is in hand, one is in printed one. That is in Saileela, that I have not brought over here. But they apologized to my grandfather. Yes, we are sorry, we did not know this thing. So also was, oh, that one. Show them. Gajanan Maharaj is one, then, this is not the one. Gajanan Maharaj, Gadge Baba, then, not this one, not this one, no, this, no, Kaka Purani. Write down. Right, left. First one. Yes. This is Kaka Purani. So these four, at least I know very well. They used to come to Tata Sahib, and many others might have been, I don't know. But this is what I know. These people he had visited, Kaka Puranik had stayed in his house for 3 days, and his mother, Tata Sahib's mother, had requested Baba that Kaka Puranik should stay at my place for 3 days. And third day, as he stayed there, he mentioned it. I have been given the order, so I cannot leave before 3 days. Anything else?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So, Sai Baba devotees, we are concluding with the Sai Sammelan for tonight. Please give a round of applause for the speakers, Golkar uncle and Golkar uncle. So, as Puniji was mentioning before, so this event is going to be repeated tomorrow in the Brampton Sai Baba Mandir. Next Saturday we will have another session here at the Sai Mandir, and the Sunday after that, on the 16th, we will have this event at Kitchener, the Sai Bhakti Mandir. So please spread the word. Again, these experiences that you have had today are unique. You will not necessarily get all of this from the Satcharita. So please feel free to share these news with your family and friends, and there are 3 more events that you can participate in. From now, what we are getting into the Namjap time frame, which is our typical schedule, and we will have Aarti at 7:30. So, Gavankar uncle and Nulkar uncle, they have the copies of the negative that was shown during the presentation. We have a printout of the positive. So, this is a picture that you can take home with you. Our request to you is, if you have the place to put it and worship it, then do take it. And take one per family so that there is a proper usage of it. Just don't take it as a bookmark and just leave it unattended to. So respect it. It is Baba's picture. And with that respect in mind, please take, uncle will be, each of them will be, so maybe the left side can get their copy from Gavankar uncle, and the right side of this audience can get it from Nulkar uncle. Get a picture for yourself and your family, and there will be more around for distribution, but today we will most likely have to stop here. And if any of your family and friends needs them, they can contact the mandir after the fact. Thank you, and we will see you again hopefully next Saturday or through the next couple of days.
Apart from this, all the details are on our Telegram channel that you can see on the screen. You can search that and you can get all the soft copies there also. You can get all videos over there. Thank you. Om Sai Ram.
आज ही रेडियो पर कैसे कौन मना तू आता है सैटरडे डॉक्टर साहब का जो बुक लिखा दवा